You're jamming with the hottest disc jockey. The DJ Dork Genius.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
Hip is cool, used to hop the train to get to school. I had a rule, no kissing if you was licking tool. To get the whip, you know she had to bring a chick for smooth. Inherited apartment, she didn't get to move.
I was dreaming of a man.
Yo, we played Hunger Games before they thought to name it that. You sold Wolf tickets, you put your name with that. Park jams, we rapped in a DJ, bring it back. We was under the underground, we had to train the tracks. Crackheads was eBay, fuck 'em and you were lame for that. Gum and cheese getting us through, man we the same for that. And he still got here with his mane attached. And better than ever. Yo, the rain is back, dark alley, the chain is snatched. No take back, spots cut a farmer pocket like it came with that. You can sleep in there with your cousin, are you okay with that? Really thought they was when they wasn't, but they ain't saying that. Remember mama fucked with the singer, he took the van away. Car fights, she was anime prior to reading anime. What's love got to do with the food and what's the plan today? Mama sorted it out, she had to block the spam away. Raised 3 boys, I was middle child, wow. Raps in 6, no little bow wow. Stones and sticks, niggas was living foul. Wow, felt like illegal shit was the funnest, but we was the dumbest. So many kills, I get sick to my stomach. No magic trick, used to listen to Mr. Magic shit. My uncle's suicide was some tragic shit. Ain't these the same demons he battled with? Y'all look familiar. Me? I bet I handle it better than 23 and some N3s. I'm only free cause I made it hot when he said freeze. We were young MCs, that was the tone of the locals. And the media wasn't known to be social. Niggas be screaming woke, can't trust a nigga that woke you. Vacant lots played on rocks, I wish I could show you. Her shit was common to me when she was still local. I loved her too.
I been getting to the petty wop. Paper coming my way, nigga. Y'all thuggin' for the cash money, bumpin' BG all day, nigga. Ain't no secret how I get it. Soda water whip it, hit it with the ice on them. 2 times cause I'm nice on them. Call me chef boy, I raise the price on them. Glock 9 got a beam fine. Hit for haters, got a line on them. And my bitch got a heavy trigger. Still a nigga gotta apply pressure on them. 2 shots, head in the heart, so the body won't float on them. And I keep a read on my team. Make me look like a saint on them. With them high work in the bushes, the hot nose and the pickle can. Now I do it with my eyes closed. I don't even get to see it land. Mega Man what they call me now. Used to use a gym star, now I use a Shetty just to chop it down. Wipe it down, crumbs with about a couple thou. 50 hours in the bando, 60 hours in the bando. I've been grinding all day, I'ma shine all day. Bought a letter just to stack the paper. If I smack a head, it's gonna be with paper. Out the mud with it, caught a slug with it. Ain't no love when it come to paper. Teach my kids this shit. Ain't no love when it come to paper. I gotta steal this shit, man. Ain't no love when it come to paper. Always be on point. Ain't no love when it come to paper. Ain't no love when it come to paper. I never did it for the gram. I just did it for the fam, no. Show my soul like Illuminati. Tell them sacrifice me, ho. Major man, that's my me, ho. For Kai, I will kill mo. I don't mind being backline, but I'm home in the field, though. Keep it real, no fear, though. Fuck cold, call me ice hearted. Smell pussy, so I said fuck it. Grab it by the throat and bogart it. Pardon me, nah, fuck that. That's your plate, I'ma snatch that. And your food, I'ma snatch that. Diddy dance on the payback. Pull a shine on you bad boys. Bottom line, I don't playboy. Pull it down for the playboy. Gotta make it count, every playboy. With a soul in the baggies, put a little in the purse. Now I purse a little swaggy. Off-white, a favorite merch. Got bitches on the team, but they know who get it first. And the one with the best throat, that's the one who get it worse. Nigga, the first to me, shit to me. These niggas don't see what I'm seeing, B. I'm here to see everyday paper, so haters can see being broke is a myth to me.
Peeping out the real toast, trying to get involved like a free throw. Peeping out the guy glow. It's funny how a hater love your stilo. They really taking notes, gotta peep though. The hidden hate. Allow the God King to demonstrate. Rise set a demon straight. Thirsty for the God, so I make them wait. Cause they don't really go in, but me, I'm known to penetrate. Your pop seen the guy to me. It's obviously that I'm the better choice, so you homage me. Let it sink in, you going off the deep end. Your flow real average when I step in. Of course you chose the guy with the best pen. You ain't really wise, nigga, check in. Your homie scared too, tell him bet then. The shot down too, y'all upset, man. How you really cheap if you ain't bet then? That's on flag, you niggas is not God. And wondering why not, you niggas is all I. Put God in reverse, you niggas will get dog. You cool with 9, he gave it a SpongeBob on God.
witness, rewarded, get out and go right back to prison. They threw him the book a quarter to life sentence, but he go back in and his brother right with him. Where houses get shot up and spouses go missing, and all that's what's wrong with me. Now got me tripping. Lost about a homicide. I got it on me, that's gon' ride. Trying to do right, but they pushing. He must got a problem looking at me crooked. Should I go wait for him off in the bushes and raise up that heat to his head and start cooking? I got the clip full to keep pulling. Then the judge give me years for each one of them bullets. Bang, 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 ooh wee. I've been ducking, dodging from the demons in my mind, but more is always on the way. Type of thoughts I'm having, have to put on at me, never get to see the light of day. Standing on the edge and all I see is red. Somebody still praying for me.
Let's go.
Bang, 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 ooh wee. Yeah, bang, 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 ooh wee. Yeah, bang, 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 ooh wee. Yeah, bang, 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 ooh wee.
K Diddy. Bang, 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 good riddance. Pick myself up after you did it. I was so broken, a loose cannon, then I took what I learned, made a huge business. Nothing in life that I do different, made a studio into a soup kitchen. I'm on now, are you kidding? Now you cringing like two dudes kissing, that's controversial. Don't mean to get way too personal. Contraband is on my Herschel. Tables turn, this role reversal. It's no call bragging if you stating factual. I move strategic, I do it so tactical. You cannot do what I do, I'm an animal. You are with jokers and I'm with impractical. My name K Diddy, please don't get giddy. I got a girl, but I'll still sign your titty. We can't do business if it's 50-50 and you ain't no money investing it with me, man. I show no pity. How you get litty when your people broken, they on your committee? That shit should be silly. I be like, really? They should just club you like Billy. Fuck your affiliates, that's just a sponsor at Billy. Your numbers inflated, that's not really millions. I won't say nada like you think you brilliant. People around you is a fucking idiot, yeah. Building off a facade, only real know that you a fraud. It's eyebrow raising, you clout chasing. Try fuck with me and be out.
Yeah, hustle heat, baby. I try to tell them we got that fuego. Ha, hustle. Got that salsa. Hola, baby. Husky, I gotta get pasa, oh yeah. They gon' be mad cause I'm riding that wave. Thought I told them they can get out my way. Ain't no way that they gon' fuck with the kid. Got the fire, got them going, ole. Body moving, girl, you're doing okay. Tryna figure how you doing a bit. Never nervous, how you shaking that leg. Call me papi, love the way you going. Hola, mañana, we do this again. Prende la hookah, your body's a 10. Get that girl a smoke, I'll buy you a drink. You like a dream and I'm loving that dress. Whatever you want, you know that I say yes. Confident, baby, you know you the best. Got me messed up with your hands on my chest. Can I get more? Handle business when we up in the floor. Wildin' baby when we up in the core. Never give up when I'm going in raw. Steaming baby, gotta open the door. Got me in love but I don't know I'm sure. Know you no good but you know I want more. Ring on your finger cause I want it all. Merengue yo tengo the fuego, compadre. We do this for the money, then we go belly. They talk about me but the shit on the family. I brought the pressure, man, you know I go heavy. And you can sign a check, you know that I'm ready. I know I'm buzzing, man, them niggas don't hear me. About the paper, man, you know I need plenty. And shorty dancing like she wanna go belly.
50 seconds left to officially if we can start the show. If you haven't already, send your music to our email. That's ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com. We play all genres, all music outside of anything that's on the radio, so do not send it. We'll get into it as soon as we get into it.
I'm the motherfucking man with the plan. Just somebody that nobody understands. I could be fine with a couple $100 grand. Wouldn't ever find me caught up in a jam. Had to make a move cause I was living reckless. We was whooping ass and bouncing out the exit. Growing up wasn't crazy, it was demented. Going hard in the paint in every direction. I'm that person you shouldn't forget to mention. All is forgiven, I didn't know you had dementia. You don't like me, I don't care, I never met you. Middle fingers in the air is what I sent you. I'm from the city where nobody ever helped you. Put my hands in the sky, I'm flying Delta. I'm spitting flames, Santa Claus will probably melt you. I only say that cause when you hear me, be like, hell yeah. You a beast, you a dog, you an animal. I got the remedy, I swear I got the antidote. Need my Henny on the double in the glass of Coke. I figure they only be hating cause they mad and broke. I'm staying on point but saying that I'm tactical. Like a semi-automatic when you at a scope. Whatever you strategizing, it's practical. When it comes down to flowing, I'm a natural.
You're jamming with the hottest disc jockey. DJ Dork Genius.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
Autobots, share the stream.
Right. I forgot we got one more intro.
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning. Waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is soaring like a unicorn.
Alright, if you just now tapped in for the first time, pretty much we're a live music reaction and review show for independent artists, producers, and bands across the globe. We do this, you know what I'm saying? I rap, I make beats, I produce, of course, which is what making beats does. What is even going on with my mind right now? Pretty much we do this show every day that we can to react to independent artists, beats, music videos, as well as songs, whether they are released or not. Just do not send us anything that does happen to be on the radio already. That includes the beats that you rap or sing to. We do accept all genres, so don't be shy even if you don't speak our language. Like, music is universal, so we want to hear, you know, some vibes and stuff like that. We'll, of course, rate everything on a 1 to 10 scale. All feedback is welcome. And, of course, I'm your host, Nonsense, a.k.a. Dork Genius, a.k.a. Chris Nonsense, a.k.a. your mama's favorite dork, a.k.a. your dork for hire, a.k.a. El Dorky, go to bone, a.k.a. Dorkizo Kensei. And it is completely free for you to submit to our show. The only thing that you would ever pay for is if you did not want to wait. If you wanted to get your songs played immediately, skip the line, get your songs played. Well, get more than one of your records played. Maybe you have like an album or EP or something like that. We have ways for you guys to skip.
This song's gonna burn like some hot sauce from hot ones in your eyes. Birdman will talk to an actual bird like I'm gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you where actual worms lie. Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking you were high. Like me when I'm looking down at a bird's eye view. When I'm cool, better act like you surprised. Head to McDonald's, I'm about to steal your fries. Standing outside.
And yes. Depends on what it is, though. You gotta show me. You gotta show me. All right, let's go ahead and head right into the lineup. But I think that's it. Everything also, but don't send Tidal or Apple Music links. I do not have accounts with those, but everything else I do. Hold on, let me drop this down and get over here, see who is first and stuff like that. What up, y'all? What up, y'all? I see y'all. Oh, we're live on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Shout out to, of course, everybody who taps in to pick your preferred platform, man. You know what I'm saying? By all means. But we do play visuals on our YouTube and Twitch sides, of course. If you guys do have those.
Never needed you, I ain't being mean to you. I'm just spitting facts, what the fuck else you want me to do? Never button heads, but then I think what would Beavis do? Stuck inside my head, these bitches act like I'm beating you. Couldn't see it, but I'm thinking that you wanna know. If you don't get what I'm speaking, then you gotta go. Oh, and don't mind me, you know I gotta smoke. No, I'm not passing it, bitch, you should go cop a rope. Said my mind's crazy, if you didn't know that. So if you wanna flow, best go find out where the boat at. I ain't even hating, but you bitches ain't got no class. So if you wanna battle, then you end up where the clothes at. I don't need them, leave them in a past life. If you want it, then I hit you with a fast right. Better act right, or else I won't act nice. So if you wanna hate, then I leave you in a past life. I don't need them, leave them in a past life. If you want it, then I hit you with a fast right. Better act right, or else I won't act nice. So if you wanna hate, then I leave you in a past life. It's too nuts, hoping that I won't lose us. Look again, your crooked pen couldn't move dust. Got me thinking, when I'm drinking, I lose trust. I'm not speaking, and I leave for a few months. Got some weed, I'm about to go roll a few blunts. And I got some X that'll make you roll like a cruise bus. Say I'm too clever, ain't nobody do it better. If you wanna talk shit, then I'll put you up on a sweater. Not a threat though, you won't even get those. Till you save the date and I put you into the friend zone. Said you washed up, but you just need a rinse, ho. Said you fucked up, huh? Go and drop the pencil. I don't need them, leave them in a past life. If you want it, then I hit you with a fast right. Better act right, or else I won't act nice. So if you wanna hate, then I leave you in a past life.
Okay.
I don't need them, leave them in a past life. If you want it, then I hit you with a fast right. Better act right, or else I won't act nice. So if you wanna hate, then I leave you in a past life.
Leave you in the past. If you can't even rap, then a lot of people gonna be like, believe you, man, you ass. Or believe me, man, you ass. All right, big salute. What do you guys think about that? That was about, give or take, 1 minute and 58 seconds. We were listening to Past Life from BL. You got in there. I think you did your thing. But I always got to let people know when an artist is doing something a little bit different from their usual, right? Because you've been on that tip lately with the beats that I would most likely never hear you on, essentially, in the past. You know, he's sort of trying different things out. So I am curious on, you know, how, you know, everyone hears you for the first time, right? As some people listen to things in that sort of, you know, if they're rapping to a certain, you know, type beat, then they're in what? I guess don't wrinkle it though, man. Fold it. Fold that. You know how to fold it? Neatly so it doesn't get wrinkled. Anyways, like I said, it's a little bit you know, different for him, but he's getting within the lane without necessarily losing himself. I'm always hearing, you know, bars, you know, throughout, but hearing you sort of a little bit in the, you know, the records that people would usually have, like flow and, you know, very specific topic, is interesting because we finally get to hear some of those beats in like a different way other than, like, you know, something typical or whatnot. What do you say? You said Dorky need to make you a dork, you know what I'm saying? I'm a dork too track on some E40 keep the sneak type shit, man. Listen, the request accepted. And what'd you say? You said why it was good, bro? You talking about Senna? Yeah, because you said, Senna, you're in for a big surprise, man. Listen. Alright, but yeah, big salute to BL on that. Give me a second to continue on down the line.
Please send your records to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com or get ready to die. Ha 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 ha.
We got AD with Forever Mine. We are still on the free line. I appreciate y'all. Hold on. Let's go ahead and plop this. Let me see, where is, come on now, any day now, Mr. AD. Oh my gosh, what are you talking about? Dr. Seuss. What about Dr. Seuss?
To everyone else, this finna be the corniest shit ever. So I'ma just throw a disclaimer out there. If you more in love with Andrew Tate than you are your girlfriend, you are not the target audience for this song. I wrote this for my girlfriend, soon to be fiance, soon to be wife, person who makes me happier than anything else. And yes, I did work on the beat. When we made the beat, it made me cry. The one to do you justice when looking into your eyes. This is what I hear forever, babe, it's you and I. I'd rather try with you and cry with you than doing smiles with another lady. What? You think you're looking bad, but you an angel, baby. I made this song so I can name things. 20 things about you that just drive me crazy. I like your jet black hair, I like the fab list. They always poppin', glad I have this with that chick. Anybody else wouldn't suffice, not being nice, just know why. You good looking, my bride. I love your laugh, I love your smile, I love the way you walk. I love that ass, I love your trials and how you break them off. I hate them, you gon' break them off. I I love you, love me, and I love how you ain't fake at all. I love how you gon' keep me updated about your life. I love how you saw me, said someday I'ma be your wife. I love it how you treat your mom despite the plight she gave you as a child. I wish I could forget just like, because my mama would appreciate it. I love that woman right there to you, made me see it, baby. I'm seeing women in a better light. I'm being different than that awful guy who is scared of women. Who called them bitches because abuse is given. From me to mom excision, most of my shit it's just like you gave perspective. You're not all shitty. Matter of fact, you're fucking beautiful. Well, you fool. Had no walls with you, unusual. I'm loving you for what? Because you're breathing. Prettier? No, cause I love my she is crucial too. My mom said she get my mind right, yup. I love how sweet you are up in my sight. You a comedian whenever I write, bruh. This shit right here, listen when you might cry. And know that you were always loved. I always give a fuck about you, no matter what you do, because I understand you.
I see your skip, Cindy.
I love you so much, and I'm always gonna be there for you no matter what, and I understand you.
That's it. Big salute. What do you guys think about that? Big freaking salute overall. Yeah, did your thing on that. I always call these the more lovesick, you know, vibes of, you know, any artist. Anytime you get in there on the like R&B sort of like rap tip, you know, because I had albums that were, you know, catered to sort of like making these kind of songs or whatnot, both personal and allow you to tell, you know, kind of a real story within the record. A little bit of a vibe, something chill. I can kind of imagine the video, and you know, we get to hear you on a more hip-hop tip when it does come to the production or whatnot. And let me see. What do you say? Yeah, I know. I see him or whatnot. We have a 2-song back to back from Cinematic coming right up. Give me a second. Wanted to move my thing. You guys want a video for that though?
I just need you to. Can you please just go? We all eat pizza, so I make weird music. I got pizza if you need them, PayPal me. You see me on the playground, just yeah, I'm a dork, but I stay grounded. They call me in cause I stay clowning. You wanna stay down then?
Alright, this one is the 1 year one. Alright, let me see. We got Gunpoint as the first one. First one is Gunpoint by Cinematic. Give your thoughts on this. And our feedback is appreciated and welcome.
Black legend on the track. So soothing. Black.
What does that mean?
Living on the blocks, no, it ain't sugar sweet. If it ain't the cops that pops, it's others on the street. Pay attention to the clock, watch you in death with me. Hit you with the gunpoint, pop until you're off your feet. Living on the blocks, no, it ain't sugar sweet. If it ain't the cops that pops, it's others on the street. Pay attention to the clock, watch you in death with me. Hit you with the gunpoint, pop until you're off your feet. Pop, pop, boomerang, back around the bullet saying bullets be on auto-tune, just like Teddy Payne. Grass catching red paint, lungs feeling kinda fake. Ass pin the grass, lawn darts without a grade. Keep your head low, cause you know that they never play. Side of the garage catching tags, this is where they bang. Catching more than feelings up top where your body hangs. Gun smoke did its thing, sometimes hitting straight strays. If you want an early grave, yes, this is where you play. But don't you complain when they taking shots, okay? Point you up toward your faith. Bullets be on Teddy Payne. Back around that boomerang, send a talk to a man.
When you're living in the shadows, ain't no sugar in the streets. You'll be watching for the sirens and it's back to the heat. Tick-tock, clocks moving, ain't no way to slow the beat. And every corner's got a story, every death is on repeat. Keep your eyes wide, cause there ain't no trust, ain't no peace. One moment you're alive, next you're living 6 feet deep. Pressure's really heavy, feel like I got the weight on my chest. Waiting for the wrong move so I can put them all to rest. Shots fired, they echo through the block. Bullets spinning round and round like they never gonna stop. Life's a gamble, place your bets, better roll with the fate. Moving too slow for me, that's a deadly mistake. The devil's in the details, I've been watching the streets. One slip up, then you're done, and Reaper comes collecting his fees.
Living on the blocks, no, it ain't sugar sweet. If it ain't the cops that pop, it's others on the street. Pay attention to the clock, watch you and guess with me. Hit you with the gun point, pop until you're off your feet. Living on the blocks, no, it ain't sugar sweet. If it ain't the cops that pop, it's others on the street. Pay attention to the clock, watch you and guess with me. Hit you with the gun point, pop until you're off your feet.
Take it from a G, the streets ain't what they make it. Casket or a penitentiary is what you're facing. I was young and dumb when I was hanging on the corner, till I saw my day one getting picked up by the corner. Fill me with that rage, I'm blasting for the homie. Clear some niggas' thoughts, I'm spazzing with the 40. Knee deep in it now, my horns, they started showing. Anger and this rage inside is steady growing. Busting out the window, hitting everything I see. Guess the devil had me, he remote controlling me. Feeling invincible, you didn't want no smoke with me. I was something like Punisher when I'm banging that heat. But nothing that I did ever brought my niggas back. Never took the hurt away, I was still feeling bad. Fast forward just a little, finna take you through the past. When I turned my life around is when it really got bad. Self-isolated, self-medicated. Trauma and this PTSD taking over crazy. Haven't been feeling like a normal human being lately. I've been feeling like them animals they stick up in them cages. Nightmares when I dream, waking up with cold sweats. Getting killed in my dream, yelling I don't wanna go yet. Take the pen and take death, but nigga I ain't dead yet. The only thing I really earned is having post-traumatic stress.
Living on the blocks, no, it ain't sugar sweet. If it ain't the cops that pop, it's others on the street. Pay attention to the clock, watch you and guess with me. Hit you with the gun point, pop until you're off your feet. Living on the blocks, no, it ain't sugar sweet. If it ain't the cops that pop, it's others on the street. Pay attention to the clock, watch you and guess with me. Hit you with the gun point, pop until you're off your feet. Living on the blocks, no, it ain't sugar sweet. If it ain't the cops
y'all beat right there.
it's others on the street. Pay attention to the clock, watch you and guess with me. Hit you with the gun point.
And that beat. That's a great beat right there that I do presume, if any of us were to hear it, sort of like outside of, the review show sector, we go looking for it, to kind of remix, the song in a certain way. I do kind of agree that there's something potentially missing when it comes to like the chorus that's on, the record or whatnot. I don't necessarily not like what is there, but I feel like there's a few things that I think could still be added, whether it's like humming from, a female artist or some ad-libs or something like that. There's just something that can be on top of it that'll, bring it to life a little bit more. There's also the potential to do the two-pronged choruses or whatnot, where it's sort of, 16 bar chorus with like two different parts that sort of, allow it to take, certain styles, but that would extend the song like tremendously with when I don't think it needs that or whatnot. You guys have contrast between each of y'all verses. Second and first, were the best, to me or whatnot. Last one was, okay, he was decent. His energy was just a little bit lower, and how he was rapping was more simple. You, of course, came in with your classic cinematic style, which of course is consistent of many different layers, some in different tones, and really making it still feel like that anthematic sound. There was a sound effect sort of added to, I forgot if it was at the beginning or near the end or something like that, but you had a gunshot that I would have just put a little bit more on beat, right? Like to the beat. I'm a stickler for like everything being like as one-to-one as possible. Even when it comes to sound effects and stuff like that, like if you have somebody like honking a horn during something that you're talking about, somebody honking a horn in the verse, it's like I usually will look to see where that honk was placed and if it was, you know, sort of like done on that. So that's the only other edit that I think I would you know, make. But that beat hits in a certain way that I think, again, we're gonna go in there. So let me see. And he said, y'all OGs, let me see. And then he said, I'm gonna add y'all to a server. Let me see. Banana pepper. What you know, man? And we said there's sound effects are through the entire song. So I thought, no, I know that, but I'm saying on your verse specifically, there was a part, and if I have to go find it, man.
What don't you complain? No, it ain't
Listen, I was young and dumb.
It's spinning round and robbers in its back.
Shots okay, punch you up. Teddy Payne back around that boomerang. Send the talk to a man.
When you're living in the shadows, ain't no sugar in the streets. You'll be watching for the sirens and it's back to the heat. Tick-tock clocks moving, ain't no way to slow the beat. And every corner's got a story, every death is on repeat. Keep your eyes wide, cause there ain't no trust, ain't no peace. One moment you're alive, next you're living 6 feet deep. Pressure's really heavy, feel I got the weight on my chest. Waiting for the wrong move so I can put them all to rest. Shots fired, they echo through the...
So that, the shots fired, like, I am so anal about freaking being people or things being off or on beat or whatnot. It's very small, it's minimal, but like getting that gunshot right there, because again, I like that's, you know, how I would have done it. I guess put it more, you know, I guess realistic to, you know, it happening, which is not bad.
The block, oh shit, spinning round and...
But and then also there's the aspect that your verse is potentially a little bit slow, not slower, shorter for whatever reason. I didn't feel like where you stopped it at was the place you you know, were supposed to or whatnot. So a little bit more if you are able to, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, big freaking salute, man. Shit tough though. J-Dub was saying that's what's up. And you know what I'm saying? Speaking of servers, if y'all ain't already, man, be sure to add yourself to my Discord. Add yourself to my Discord. There's a place where you can promote yourself within one of the channels of my channel. We have one more record by Cinematic as well before we jump back in. So give me a second. There's a second one. Both of these were the accumulation of your time. Spellbound. As soon as it lets me download.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
Again, and maybe close this window. Hate when it does that. It's gonna take forever now, and then I'm just gonna go, you know what, let me just click on it then, fuck it. So I'm gonna play it normally.
Baby girl, now you know that I can only make music like this when I'm talking about me and you. So listen up, real close.
In that bar with a pool table.
You move through the room like an angel in disguise. Eyes full of thunder, lips dripping like but I saw the truth in the curve of your smile. Danger, I needed us in worth, though the air got so heavy, like dusk before the rain. Every breath that you stole, it etched your name into my veins. Fingertips trace where the heat likes to hide, and I don't resist, I just open up, cause I'm spellbound under my skin. Yeah, I'm spellbound, let the fire begin. I'm spellbound. You got me caught in the flicker, touch is a trigger, burning in the rhythm, no retreat. Venom in velvet, hell in a halo, breathing you in a need on repeat. Laced in your magic, stagger through static, mind is a maze designed in your sleep. Dripping in silk blade in your speech, got me sinking deep the heat of your reach. Mirror my hunger, I'm lost in your flame. Every word that you speak is a tether and chain. Only speaking, I love you, it's all I can say while I crumble and cave in the weight of your name. I'm spellbound under my skin. Yeah, I'm spellbound. Let the fire begin. I'm spellbound. I'm not breaking free. You're all of I'm spellbound under my skin. Yeah, I'm spellbound. Let the fire begin. I'm
It really matter where you finna go. There's a lot of times I am in the show, finna go, really in the show, we're in the show. I'm spellbound. All right, so I think this one has, potentially still been in the work for a bit, or very little changes, have still been made or whatnot. There is a little bit much, to a certain extent when it comes to the mix. I do think this is one where you should cut some of the extra vocals down a little bit more. There's this part of me that always wants, like, if it's gonna be something where an artist is singing, I want whatever their main vocal is to really have their day in the sun and let them get their vocals in, like that or whatnot. Now, you are a really different singer. You're not that type. He's not. Again, we go into the artists who are not trying to be the Chris Browns, the Tanks, the Beatles, the whatever. There's just different music sometimes that you hear, and the vocals are more of that anthem nature, right? I'm listening to it, and of course his whole style is predicated on those layers, and it really feeling like it's a group of people sort of filling up that vibe. But then I'm also scared of what then could happen with the live performances, right? I don't really like when artists have to perform with their vocals and a vocal track behind the beat and stuff like that. And then again, if you even perform without that too, and you're doing it with a live band, it's like, where do any of the other vocals come from, as well as what does it sound like when it is just like one solo vocal, just you and yourself, maybe give or take one hype man or something like that. I don't think I've heard too many songs with you in that nature, outside of maybe like the older the records that you may have made under Brad, right? You know what I'm saying? But like your main like with all the layers like that, it's something that I do crave on the records, primarily when it comes to like the rap ones. And I feel like depending on what you're doing with melodically, it does need that little bit of extra flavor, right? Cut some of the layers down. They can still be there. Cut them down to a certain extent. Even find if there are portions where you can bring in the layers, and then others where you sort of let your main vocal be solo. And then there's that other thing. This is so much of a soul kind of record. Like, you need that, like, that somebody to just get on. Not me. Don't, like, I just do what I hear in my head. I play around sometimes, but it's my subconscious always telling me what should also be on the song from another artist. Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of blues artist is getting in there, and you having a little bit of a collab, with them. That would be unexpected to some, right? To hear that other artist, but if again you get the right one, they do it right. There's just something that can really come out of it and stuff like that. Currently though, I feel like it's a little haunting in a way, right? Like imagine this song around Halloween, you know. I'm definitely walking around for like 3 minutes or so with this. Well, actually, it's only, how long was this one, man? Oh yeah, 3 minutes and 26 seconds. So I'm walking around for 3 minutes on Halloween with this one, you know, for sure. I think it'll relegate the time and so like that, you know, making a cinematic music video to any of these will always be you know, dope as well. Let me see. And then the Thirsty Road karaoke night, drinks, you know what I'm saying? Off, man. Like, listen. That's what I'm trying to say, though. Cryptex, you said you should have more of a Ooh, you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, though, right? It's like any of those extra kind of elements. If it's a saxophone player, some backup singers, that whatever. You bring those things on the track, you're an executive producer at that point, right? You can have literally a moment where there's just a saxophone player going in, and again, they get a solo. You don't have to do any extra vocals on that part. Like, when we see or hear those elements, we still look at you as an artist better, because not only did you maybe have the idea for it, but you let it be something that is on there. There are so many artists that want to take over the entire track and do everything themselves. They don't want no extra sort of little tidbits, but you forget, like, anybody that you add outside of, like, if you just get a random, you know, feature and then they kind of just, you know, do what they're doing or whatnot, like, you still have choice in that. But other elements, if you're like, okay, I need you to sing on top of you know, my vocals doing this and that, you know what I'm saying, in these places, then right here, you want to do a little bit of a solo, go in. An electric guitar also, right? If we had a choice, what are we going with? A sax or an electric guitar? You know what I'm saying? What are y'all thinking? You said the sound of beer mugs clanking, beer poured from the tap, people living it up in the background, cutscene. I'm saying, I love y'all because you guys have that imagination that I have, man. Look, hold on. I mean, well, we can't run it back because it was played directly from the email and whatnot. But y'all get it. Y'all get it. At the beginning, I was like, man, one of those bars with a pool table in it. You need those sound effects of just people being in the bar, you know, maybe at the beginning, like the sound of chatter sort of like going on within that. Let us freaking know. Get in there.
I wanna be so strong that I can impress Batman and lift Bane. Like, look at this shit, man. I know that I'm insane inside my membrane. Like I'm derailing 10 trains while I'm thinking about Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames. Ving Rhames. Hello? Ving Rhames? Ving Rhames?
And you said not me. I love collabing with new artists and other genres. It's imperative. It is imperative. I am saying it's imperative that you guys make that adjustment sometimes. And look at it like this, right? Really, the more people that you have involved in what you're doing, if it's a music video, if it's a record, that's double, if not triple, if not, again, just continue the numbers up, the promotion, right? Because every single person that is proud of what they've done is going to be like, hey, yo, I did this on this record, I did this in this video, whatnot, right? So adding more people is not a bad thing. It's you know, good to the detriment of the record. It shows, you know, real you know, human collabs, of course, in this era where we have a lot of AI as well. And, you know, once again, AI is going to be one of those things that we kind of are, you know, up and down about in, you know, many different aspects for some time, you know, and I think mainly the artists and producers who have done a lot of records, whole albums themselves, they've gone to the studios, they've worked with artists, they've figured out how to make their own beats in different programs at times. They've you know, just been open to the idea of collabs and figuring out things themselves, writing their own lyrics, right? Like, it's one of those things that, like, listen to some of the legends when they talk about these issues and concerns, because, you know, there's a legacy that I think all artists have to, you know, uphold. You know, in the eyes of some, you can only really be great when the full talent really comes directly from you. What are the songs that you actually, you know, wrote and came up with, you know, for yourself? But then also, again, even if you have choruses on y'all records where y'all doing certain things, that's also your opportunity to be like, you know what, let me also get this artist on that, and, you know, have them basically sing my chorus or whatnot. Like, you get the writer's credits, you get the, you know, production and stuff like that. All right, we got Nick Flanagan with Hangry.
You won't like it, you won't like it, you won't like it when she, you won't like it, you won't like it, you won't like it when she, you won't like it,
you won't like it,
you won't like it,
you won't like it,
you won't like it when she, you won't like it, you won't like it, you won't like it, you won't like it, you won't like it when she, see we having a good ass morn, woke up and I got up in it, I'm about to finish, my cup of coffee, but now that's a double meaning the way I've schemed it when I say I cream it, she in there talking in the kitchen bell, something I ain't really listen now, she yelling and knocking on the bathroom door, but I'm in there shitting, wow, I'm sorry baby, I'll be right out. Come out, she say she fed up with all the messes. I'm pathetic, my shoes aren't in their designated spot where she requested. She regretting saying yes to the vested time and a neglectful piece of shit like me. I'm walking out like what the F is going on? Is this a test of all my places? Shit, she messing with me? Now I'm waiting to address it. Slams the door closed on the dresser, now she charging my direction and I'm sweating, hoping she don't get the mess. She says, and one more thing, you won't like it when she hangry. Another side about the show. She say she feeling something changing. And I guess it's my time to go. You won't like it. You won't like it. You won't like it. You won't like it. You won't like it when she hangry. You won't like it. You won't like it. You won't like it. You won't like it. You won't like it when she. Now we driving. A few hours after I fed her, all is better this second. But we lucky we still together. We settled our vendetta. Cool. After we said a few hurtful things, but fuck it, man, it's whatever. She my ride or die, always by my side. I would die tonight and sacrifice my life just to know that I have a smiling wife. Hands intertwined on the console as I'm driving outside. I see a fucking cop as I'm flying by. She says, you stupid motherfucker, I told you to stop the speeding. Lord Jesus, relieve me from this idiotic human being. I shouldn't even be in this vehicle with you. You know what? Fuck it, I'm leaving. I'll see ya. Whenever the fuck I see ya, hurt her stomach growl. Oh shit, how can time be up? Give me a fucking card. I'll just walk and get some pizza. Right after I give this punk ass pig a little piece of my mind. Oh baby, I said, as she continued to speed up, beelining, she went right toward the police. I need to do something before she ends up arrested and beat up. Step out to intervene for I can even speak up. He tased me and hit me with the stick until I could see blood. And now I'm on my knees cuffed. She done left with my visa. Then he stuffs me in the backseat of the car. And he says, you can thank a bitch because you won't like it when she hangry. Another side about the show. She say she feeling something changing. I guess it's my turn to go. You won't like it. You won't like it. You won't like it when she hangry. You won't like it. You won't like it. You won't like it. You won't like it. You won't like it when she.
Listen, that was Nick Flanagan with Hangry. Give your thoughts overall on that record. Now, you know me. I'm speaking to Nick Flanagan specifically. When it comes to First off, you know what I'm saying, it's actually a decent, you know, record overall. The production is nice. The mix is actually, you know, clean. And you always get in there, you know, pretty much with the bars and stuff like that. Most of any kind of criticism that I do have of anything of yours will mainly come from like the timing of certain lines that you have on a song. You know, again, I'm a big stickler for making sure that artists are like 1-to-1 when it comes to the time. So much so that if I was to sort of like engineer some of those parts, like I'm going to kind of make sure that they're, you know, more on or whatnot. I'm gonna move that vocal over, or in most cases kind of have you, you know, re-record something if needed to perfect, you know, what is there or whatnot. But he's always very consistent. Nick is definitely an artist that I feel like, you know, could be one of those artists that get on, you know, a lot of different choruses for records, because he's always able to get in there with something catchy that allows you, like, let's say if he was just the chorus and, you know, chorus came with the beat, you know, but he works with specific people, you know, it allows you as the artist to really come in there with something, you know, fresh and, you know, new. It's not anything typical that you would just kind of always hear to a, you know, tight beat and stuff like that. And again, that's always going to be, you know, refreshing. I appreciate when artists do choruses at all, right? Understand, when you do a chorus at all, it matters. Some of you guys will just go in, you'll just rap straight through. The producers may not even make you feel like you have enough time to make a full song, you know, and which is why some of you guys would do that. But, you know, I think what everyone has to realize is the chorus is the identity of your record. It's the thing that allows people to remember the name of the song. It's the one thing that you can do that can be repetitive on a record, because you're, you know, repeating the chorus a few times throughout the song, beginning, middle, end, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And it just really allows us to you know, kind of remind ourselves of what is the name. Hold on, I gotta. Okay. But yeah, so decent record. Let me see what y'all was thinking. What'd you say? So let me know if you got it. If you sent right, you should get a confirmation email to yours. If you send it right, you should get a confirmation email and whatnot. So refresh in about 15 seconds and see if you got that. If you did not, then resend it again. It's ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
See? He got it. Let me see what you say. And you said that would be good with someone eating. Are you talking about video wise? You should add a Prego, you know, chick eating, random girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, IP playlist, or, you know what I'm saying, right, share, whatnot. Hey, listen, there we go. And then what'd you say? What was the question? Crypto, you said, I got a question. Is she bigger? LMAO, man. Like, listen. Let me see what we got so we can jump back into the free line. I got y'all. Let's see what we got next up. Jay vs. the World.
It's Mr. J.
We got a few Mr. J's. Well, their names are not Mr. J's, but I just say
Mr. J.
When an artist who starts with J comes up. So Jay vs. the World with Christmas theme song. Hey, okay, well, let's see what this is right here. Yeah, you can't have fun with that, with a real video for that last one, though.
Now is my time. Now is my time.
We gonna hit the Dorky Up, play that right away.
I've been here all along. Don't rush me.
No.
Don't push me.
Come on, man.
Don't rush me.
I'm trying. Listen.
I've been here all along. I think now it's Christmas time, so we have to take it slow.
No matter what they do, we'll never get along. They think the COVID now will never share a bone. I've been trying to fix the rap game for the longest. I ain't gonna lie, man, your rap's really garbage. Speak what's on my mind, cause I'm actually honest. You feel this in your eye, in your back, in your arm check. I got shaved.
Listen. I actually want to like it, right? You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't like a good, Christmas song, you know what I'm saying, or Christmas theme, song that you can play right next to a good old Mariah Carey, Frank Sinatra, you know what I'm saying, whatever you guys peep on Christmas, like, you know what I'm saying? You want something that can go on a good soundtrack and all that. But whether or not it was done on purpose, the key of your singing, the tone, it was off. It was completely off. It felt like it, you know what I mean? Just everybody got a family member that can't really sing like that, right? But they'll do it anyways, and they'll be like completely off key, and then like still loving it, and then you're like, and you love them for the fact that they're still embracing it, but you know how terrible it sounds. You know it couldn't be something to compete on The Voice and American Idol and different things like that. Now, again, if it's made on purpose, if it's more of a meme record fashion kind of situation, I'd probably be a little bit more okay with it than that, right? But as a review show, when we are listening to things for that real song format, like, again, what are the records that we would hop on, with you guys? And in this case, man, it would have been, for a lot of us, the worst decision if we did, because I think a lot of people would not care who is featuring later in the record if they don't like the first like 10 to 15 seconds and stuff like that. So if you can really get this in tone-wise, this is, again, why we do have things like Melodyne to at least help you along the way when it comes to getting the tone right. Re-recording things, going to a studio. Ay, man. Everybody want to save money, but like when you do that, at what cost? You see the cost exactly right now, right? If you don't have an engineer to be able to coach you into making the best performance that you can possibly have on any record that you're doing, their job is to not only press record, but it's to make sure that when you leave that studio, their work and your work are represented in its best forms and whatnot, right? So if the mix is ass, we're gonna blame them. If the performance is ass, we're also gonna blame them because they have all the time in the world to be like, nah, do it like this, or use their resources to make sure that it sounds properly as you're going through it, whatnot. So you want that person that can stop you right away if it's just not good enough and it's something that they can't fix in post. And or if you're recording yourself, you have to gain those same skills. You have to gain the same skill that somebody who is recording you, who has never heard your stuff before, who hasn't heard a word of your song or a melody, where they can just, they can listen to the record from the fresh POV of someone who, if they liked it, would, definitely embrace it, right? So for me, there are definitely a lot of things that still need work or whatnot. Obviously, we weren't able to hear the fullness of the record, so I don't know whether or not you add harmonization or any layers or things like that. Just a heads up, man, if you do send a skip, we are forced to play the entire record front to back, and we cannot cut it or whatnot. So if you ever think your records are gonna get that Dorky don't play that hashtag in the chat and get that cut or whatnot, and it usually only happens in 3-9. Send a skit if you truly want us to hear the full record and stuff like that. In most cases, no, artists just wanted to like, yo, is my stuff good enough for you to play, for a good amount of time and stuff like that. But I don't know. I can't tell whether or not you know what you sound like right there, right? So that is sort of where it sort of falls apart. You said just stole Christmas, man, or just stole Xmas. And he said, hey, don't my Dorky don't play that, you know what I'm saying? Hit mine till the end, you know what I'm saying? Please, you know what I'm saying? I mean, mine isn't ear wrenching and stuff. Listen. As I said, if you're in the free line, listen to me right now. All right? And you especially, right? Because you have sent many records that had got the Dorky don't play that, right? Before, and then eventually you started making things that were a little bit better, and then you kind of stopped getting it. There is a resonance in that, in the fact that, again, like, you could start to tell what you were doing wrong, and then you would try different things that allowed you to make better choices within, you know, the newer songs that you were sending or whatnot. Or, right, we have those, you know what, let me send this song instead, right? You send the right song, you get the right kind of feedback. But you want to know when you've earned a few different things, you know, on the show. If I can play your song in full, front to back, and not want to cut it and like feel some type of way about it, then you're good. If you get that, Dorky don't play that, you guys can get back in the free line though. So that's a good thing. You can try a better song potentially. It doesn't mean you're gonna be played again immediately. It just means you can get back in the line. Everybody else who's their songs played completely, it's one free song for each artist, each episode, and then anything extra you'd have to skip the line for, and you know, all that good stuff or whatnot. Yeah, Cryptics also had a Dorky don't play that. Liquid, I'm saying, and J-Dub and stuff like that, man. So yeah, if yours gets it or not, right? You wanna know. You wanna know what you get. All right, let me jump back into the free line and see what it is, what it is. Let me see. Face, where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Pass me them things. Let's get them. I don't know why I'm thinking about that, Master. It's like, where they go? Where they go? Or is it there they go? Is it go? There they go. There they go. There they go. Pass me them things. Let's get them. Man, I miss that era. No limit. Let me see. Alright, let me see if this might do it again, you see? Oh, hey, my bad. Okay, so we have another Dorky don't play that. Always remember, we still will review your song, you know, as much as we can with what we hear, even when we cut that a little bit early. In this case, like, look, I can't hear half of the shit you were freaking saying. You not only had a very low energy and felt like you were whispering to someone right next to you, as opposed to the mic. Like, you sounded like you was over here, you know what I'm saying? Like, my bro. A little bit more energy. Or when it comes to the mix, right? Again, a good engineer can make sure that your vocals are a little bit, you know what I'm saying, closer. Not in terms of telling you to get closer to the mic, but making sure that they are level and that the beat isn't overpowering what you're saying. Because you can still hit it up with that energy, believe it or not. Right? We had a 21 Savage. We had certain artists that hit up records with a very just kind of chill, kind of like, you know, whatever kind of energy, and you were still able to hear what they were saying. It's important. Otherwise, we're just, it's like you're just kind of whispering the record, and not in the Yin Yang Twins, you know, way or whatnot. They took it to the max, you know, but we still heard, oh, she naked. What was I going to say? Yeah, get that mix, a little bit more energy potentially, you know what I'm saying, on there. I mean, the beat is dope. The beat is a banger. It's something that, like, if it came on, people will probably rock with it for a second, but then they'd be like, what did he say? You know what I mean? And I don't feel like we should give passes to artists who let the beat ride them. Right? Who again, you know the beat is freaking dope, so it's gonna like give you a certain amount of leeway, and so you don't do your all when it comes to the performance. You have to remember, if you want to be great, if you want to be compared to the artists that you love yourself, that are on your own top, if you want them to stop and listen to your record and give you that cosign, you know, in any way, you have to impress them, right? But sometimes we don't necessarily do that on every record. There will be times when either you guys may even punch in too much. Maybe it'll sound like it's freestyled. You know, there's a lot of mistakes that I think are made this era that aren't allowing you guys to be on those Mount Rushmores, you know, futuristically. But again, I want to help you guys get there, right? Each song, one song at a time, right? One song at a time from each artist, you know. Take in any notes that you get, you know, because sometimes you guys are already on the right path, and like just keep doing what you're doing. Just make a video to this, do a live performance kind of thing. Other times, like, you're not doing enough, and you do need to be pushed to that, like, that level. Again, I do record myself, I record other artists as well, but because I'm not anywhere that you guys are at right now, I can only give you the advice that I would give you if I were recording you, right? So if you're right in front of me and you're sort of like performing these records that I'm hearing, I'm telling you what I would literally, you know, change, what I would add. And in most cases with this one, I can't hear you. So I would have been like, move a little closer, you know, maybe try a little bit more, you know, personality and energy in it. I want to hear, you know, what you're saying. Or me as an engineer, I'm going to go in and make sure that your vocals at least can still stand out through that mix, so we can, you know, hear what you're saying. But not bad. Well, you said no excuses, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting on go, you know what I'm saying, over here, like we said. And what do you say? You know, the J-Dub was just laughing. But don't worry, I'm gonna give myself, hold on, let me jump up a little bit. I'm gonna go over there to the TikTok read what y'all saying in just a moment. Oh, you said, oh yeah, good, because, you know what I'm saying, I rapped for the first time in 4 months. I actually did not rap anymore, but decided to give it a try. Personally, I don't like it, but I don't know what not. You're talking about on the one that you sent, right? And you're saying, are you saying that you just straight up rap this time and you didn't do something melodic? You know, I'm curious to see what that sounds like or whatnot. And yes, Liquid was saying the same thing. He said, can't hear the lyrics. Dorky don't play that. And let me see. And you said, y'all, if I'm next, it's gonna be 3 in a row. So, okay, I got a new way for me to be able to play one of my songs if I want it, right? If we get 3 Dorky Don't Play That's in a row, right, then I'll throw one of my songs, you know what I'm saying, in there as a bonus or whatnot. I've been trying to play more of the features that I've done with, you know, artists from the community anyway, so we'll see what he's up. I don't want it to be that. That's if you're next though. Let's see. Hold on, what is this? I don't think. No, that's, get in there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Dirty Dan, you are next or not. So you can unclench your butt cheeks, bro. Let me see. Dirty Dork. No, Dirty, hold on. Dirty Dan. Come on now. This is called Mamba. see if I can. Do I have anything? I don't have anything that I didn't want to open. Come on now. Nope, not letting you do it. Okay, come over here. Let's cut this, and all right. It's just going a little slower.
Snakes up in a motherfucking brush, but I told all of them motherfuckers hush. Yeah, they tryna be like me, yeah, they wish. Cause when I shoot my shot, that fucker swish. I switch, yeah, switch. I don't need no mansion, nah. Up inside this motherfucking domain expansion, yo. Y'all feel like Gojo when I'm in my dojo. Yo, bitch just hit me up, she asked for a photo. Hell no, but I said no, no. But I said no, no, no. Remember hooping with my cousin on the Acorn Street cul-de-sac? Yes, I borrowed hard back then, motherfucker, I never slide. I was trying to get this as a kid, I guess that's just what y'all like. I was told dreams are offense, like defense, they gon' get sacked. Yeah, they gon' get sacked.
They're close, I know.
I remember ripping Beyblades, now I'm packing up these damn eggs. Trying to crack a little damn safe, trying to hop up in the damn grave. My dreams are different, we cannot relate. Suicide soda when I sedate, yeah, I smoke so much that I levitate. I'm ballin' hard with a number 8.
I don't know, man.
Playing my cards like Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm with Bazooka Joe, we disapprove of foes. Smoking that dope by super low, brings a stupid flow, that'll scoop a hoe. Dirty who did it, bitch, you should know. I'm on Snoop Patrol, about to lose control. Sitting back thinking in cruise control, how you ripped my heart and left a gruesome hole. Feel like I'm Kobe, they act like they know me. If you gotta ask, then you probably owe me. You ain't gotta show me, we call them baloney. Got cheese in my pocket with no macaroni. I'm up in Montana with Tony. They riding the wave like a pony. Too stony, I seen you move phony. When I'm in my zone, you can't play me like Sony. Can't play me, I'm crazy. I ball hard like Daisy or Mamba. I'm a mama.
Why are you gonna put dirty laughs on this? Yeah. You saved it. But like, I mean, do you see the risk that you guys play though? It's like the risk that you guys run is that, you know, we almost didn't even hear Dirty, right? We wouldn't even have heard his verse because, you know, just the first half just wasn't necessarily, you know, doing it all that good or whatnot. You know, there's potential, but as we say, there are times where there's a lack of energy, a lack of personality, maybe a lack of you know, really getting in there in a way where we felt like you're really writing it and coming up with something, you know, dope and intricate or whatnot, man. Dirty was the only one that I felt like really was writing the beat, loving, you know, what he was, you know, doing to it, had a little bit of a flow there, said some dope shit as well. And like, it does give you that thought of like, man, do you save the best for last or do you put the best first? Because again, certain people are not going to get to the end if they don't like, you know, what's there in the first place or whatnot. Like, you know, in most cases, right, if they're in a situation where they can like maybe fast forward, right, to see like, okay, I see a few names on here, let me see what everybody sound like. If they can fast forward, it's all good. But certain apps are like, you either like the song or you don't. You hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, or next song, right? And so you don't want people to hear the first, you know, 1 or 2 verses and then feel like, nah, you know, let me just go to the next. Like, they're not gonna feel like trying to figure out, you know, what that last verse, you know, is. You know, that's at least my opinion. Yeah, you're in the free line, my brother. You are in the free line. But Dirty kind of saved that, man. I mean, but I keep going back and forth between wondering if I should even say he saved it. I mean, he saved it from being hit with the Dorky Don't Play That, but you can't really save something at the end of a song, right? Like I think Liquid was saying that same thing. He was like, I'm about to hit it. Then I might get the Dorky Don't Play That, myself, I'm not immune at all. Yep, true that. And then let me see. Answer the sick memories and stuff like that. Did you want to change your record or something? Or are you saying you should have sent it? What up, Dan B? He said the second verse is much easier to understand. Indeed. So once again, we talk about a lot of the same stuff on the show in regards to just making sure that your stuff is comprehensible, making sure that the mix is there so we can hear what is being said, and vice versa. Y'all just gotta keep going in and doing what you're doing. All right, Don Caban, my bad. Don Caban, we got you up freaking next. We are right back at it. I write raps and shit. Matter of fact, I like magic tricks.
You do? Nah.
Sir Mike, this song's gonna burn like some hot sauce from hot ones in your eyes. Birdman will talk to an actual bird like I'm gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you where actual worms lie. Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking you were high. Like me when I'm looking down at a bird's eye view. When I'm cool, better act like you surprised. Head to McDonald's, I'm about to steal your fries. Standing on
Yeah, the truth hurts, don't it, boy? It's enough to drive you mad, now want it, boy. Better stop playing with me, man. I had your baby mama laying with me, man. It's time to shine, that comes after the grinding time. You are rhyming fine, but they lines ain't sublime as mine. They don't be as hot as mine, I'm aging like the finest wine. Placement jams drop, Hancock on the dotted line. I'ma need a writer's fee, I'ma need my publisher. Held the door wide open, now all my niggas rushing in. They bustin' in, no tussling, no struggling. We hustling, we bubbling, so hot when dubbing it, you need an oven in. Fire, old school like a chickle stick. Genius, think Mitzel-Plick mixed with pickle Rick. Spit so sick, if you disagree, you can lick a dick. Rip it quick like a condom wrapper when I hit your chick. Got your honey when I'm through, I go running with the crew. And everybody laughing cause it's funny when it's true. It ain't just flowing and rapping, son, you know it ain't capping. Look at me and look at you, boy, you know it can happen. That's facts. Yeah, the truth hurts, don't it, boy? It's enough to drive you mad, now want it, boy. Better stop playing with me, man. Watch your mouth. I had your baby mama laying with me, man. I'll do it. Yeah, the truth hurts, don't it, boy? It's enough to drive you mad, now want it, boy. Better stop playing with me, man. Watch your mouth. I had your baby mama laying with me, man. Yeah, you know it's the truth, don't make me show you the proof. I ripped this set, she dripping wet when I go in the booth. She wore that little black dress like I told her to do. I beep the horn, she runs out, and we gone in the coupe. Let's go, mommy, you look nice. And she giving me crazy rhythm. While you stuck on stupid at home babysit. Zip hot, looking lame, I done took your dame. I know he's scared and he hurt, that boy shook in pain. Yeah, I'm sexing on your boo when we flexing at the pool. Everybody plays the fool, no exception to the rule. Nope. It's just your turn, I had mine in the past. Better get yourself together, man, grind for the cash. Sapiosexual, I'm refined and you crash. She took your name off her heart and put mine on her ass. It ain't just flowing and rapping, so you know it ain't capping. Look at me and look at you, boy, you know it can happen. And that's facts. Yeah, the truth hurts, don't it, boy? It's enough to drive you mad, now want it, boy. Better stop playing with me, man. Watch your mouth. I had your baby mama laying with me, man. I'll do it. Yeah, the truth hurts, don't it, boy? It's enough to drive you mad, now want it, boy. Better stop playing with me, man. Watch your mouth. I had your baby mama laying with me, man. Yeah, the truth hurts, don't it, boy? It's enough to drive you mad, now want it, boy. Better stop playing with me, man. Watch your mouth. Yeah, the truth
Always about the crazy drama. Just talking about things you can do to your baby mama. A lot of times I don't even know what the hell that would do, but there's another y'all who freaking wanna freaking. All right, man. Big solo. Ooh. I feel like you and Mad Dog McGraw You and Mad Dog McGraw like would make a dope like album, right? I ain't just talking one song, I'm saying like album. There's something about you two that hit that point that's like that's half like I always try to think of that other artist, but I can never think of them. But I could see y'all on a record with like a Redman, with a Luda, with 50 to a certain extent, Lloyd Banks. Like your voice signatures, hit a certain level of dopeness. The hip hop, the fun that you have with certain lines. I think it works as a catchy chorus, within there. The beat feels like dark, right? But your lyrics are a little bit more, playful or whatnot. It's like me rapping on, that same thing, right? And I still appreciate the fact that you can, do it more properly. Not bad. Kept it going. J-Dub, we got you up right now. So the intro could be a little bit better. Nice flow, very well put together. Making sure it's the first 20 seconds.
People talking shit, but they don't know how to claim. I don't give a fuck, man, shoot him in the brain. Got a brody in the back, his name is Switch. I promise he'd leave your ass in a ditch. I was out minding my fucking biz one day. I remember vividly, that shit was Sunday. I sent him to church, but not the one in town. I fucked around and pulled out with the round. His mama was there, she was screaming and crying. Son in her arms, and he was slowly dying. I ran away, only seeing blue and red. Looked back, and that motherfucker was dead. Aiming at the chest, but I hit him in the head. Looked around like, where the fuck is that fed? High as fuck off the Muhammad. Bet you got some fat bitch breaking your bed. Bet you over here flexing that she giving you head. Bet that bitch even leaves you on red. Come shoot me, man, I don't give a fuck what I said. But if I shoot first, I won't miss, hit you in the head. Dead, laying in a pool of red. Hit the run cause he called the fed. High as fuck off the Muhammad. Stop talking, we could really get the shooting. Got my addy like, bro, what you doing? Come to my house and I promise I'll start shooting. I just don't wanna see a cop at my home, cause I know I won't miss, shoot you in the dome. Man, your mom sat here and raised your ass. What good would that do if I shot your ass? Man, shut the fuck up, come over and smoke on gas. If you ain't doing that, man, I'ma really shoot your ass. Man, you look like Big Bertha mixed with King Kong. Looking like a sloth that hit a fucking bong. Claiming that you tough, but you really just a bitch. Guarantee if cops pull up, you finna snitch. High as fuck and I be in my zone. I don't even know where the fuck you tryna go. Come to my home and I will up the pole. Time your bitch ass better go. Bro threatening me like, bro, what you want? Bro high as fuck, he talking like Vaughn. I don't give a fuck, man, I will make you gone. Move on to another life, man, you ain't Vaughn. Shit, you barely even a fucking baby. What the fuck, man, you driving me crazy. Speaking of driving, I'ma drive a scat over your grave. Bitch, you better shut up and fucking behave. Man, I'll pull out with the belt and start smacking your ass. Motherfucker high as fuck, man, you puffing on the gas. Listening to your music, man, that shit is trash. Making me mad as fuck, man, I'm about to crash. But before I crash, I'ma hit a fucking blinker. Fuck that shit, I'ma take a perk like a tweaker. Man, you acting lethal, man, you barely even illegal. I don't give a fuck, man, you built like a beagle. Shut the fuck up, man, you built like Jenna Ortega. Bet I would catch your ass at a fucking bodega. Kill you and I'll blame it on a fucking mental issue. Go to court, then I'll hand your mama fucking tissue. I see where you at, I see it in my eyes. Then I will kill you in your own fucking demise. Sit back while I watch a bullet fucking fly. I swear to God, man, I'll watch your ass die. I swear to God, man, I'll watch your ass die.
What you do when you come around. Your mama on your thing, blah, 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 blah. Now, what do you guys think about that? 1 to 10, any now feedback is welcome. We'll give you guys the deets on everything that just went down right now. So this artist, usually does more melodic, stuff with all the content. I mean, you just imagine everything that you heard, right now, but if everything was more, again, melodic within it. And maybe even slower or whatnot, because the type of beats would be, very much, different and akin to him being able to go in. This was him just really getting on, no auto-tune, nothing melodic, just straight rapping or whatnot, which I kind of ended up liking a little bit better or whatnot, right? Like we got through it. Right? I still have, right? You get a tiny pass. You get a tiny pass right now, right? Because it's me being able to see you do something finally a little bit different, and see the strengths and weaknesses that are within there. Now, with other artists, like, again, y'all know, I probably still would have hit that Dorky Don't Play That because of the extensive amount of punching in, right? And then portions that were like offbeat here and there or whatnot. It's one of the other reasons why I don't recommend putting together your songs in that way, where you're just like punching in each bar and you're thinking of what you're gonna say and you kind of do it, because there's either one or two things that are gonna happen. You're either gonna cut yourself off between certain lines, you're gonna be a little offbeat in certain sections because you're not taking your time to really think about everything, the flow, the structure, the rhyme pattern that you're gonna have. You know what I'm saying? You think about the rhymes, but you don't think about where exactly every single word is going to land on the beat. That is imperative, for those who, rap, sing, like whatever it is, because the listener is following, what you're doing. Any mistake that you make, like, mentally we dock points, in our head, because again, when we're trying to compare artists and allow our favorite artists to compete with each other and who had the best album, who had the best verse on a record where they collabed on and stuff like that, we think about all those elements. Did they go completely on beat with how they were rapping? Were the bars, on point? Could we understand what they were saying? Did it feel like a performance, or was it like punched in every bar? If you get two artists on the same track and you see the difference in what those two things sound like, one artist is definitely gonna outdo the other in terms of, professionalism or whatnot. So again, I simply remind artists as much as they can to go back into records, right? Like this would be considered to me the very first version. Like this is like me writing down my song right now, but it is not the equivalent of you recording your song yet, because you have to get that performance down. You have to know, like, if this became a hit, what are you gonna freaking do when it comes to performing the actual record, like on stage? If they said, hey, we're gonna provide a band for you, all you gotta do is show up, know your song, rap every word. You know what I mean? You want to know that you can do that. And so choruses in between, verses or whatnot, knowing how to count 16 bars, 8 bars, 32, 24, if you ever need to go a little bit further in certain sections. But 8 bars is a chorus. 16 bars are the usual standard for, most songs in terms of, verses. Making sure that you have those in between is important. And as a matter of fact, right, there's a middle ground for you somewhere, right? Because you like to sing more melodically as of recently, right? And if this is potentially like an older version of you or another version of you that you just really haven't tapped too much into because you haven't, really liked it, like, look, there's a way where you can use both, right? Sing on the choruses, rap on the verses, do a little bit of a half and half every 8 bars, you go back and forth or whatnot. Like, as long as you can perform it, you'll be good or whatnot. But I like certain aspects. I just want you to be a perfectionist. There's same thing I would say to other artists who punch in and do the same thing, right? I mean, it's not, you guys can like just look things up yourself or whatnot. What is more worth sitting in on a session on, right? Like, if you're gonna go to a studio performance from one of your favorite artists, Do you want to be in the session where they're thinking about every bar, one line after a line, and they're punching in? Or would you rather be there when you have no idea what the song is going to sound like and they're going to basically perform the song? So they know what they're going to do. They just haven't recorded it yet, which is, you know, something that I do think, you know, a lot of you guys should freaking do, man. Like, that's the proof in the pudding of how true of an artist you may or may not be. Grow the confidence, build an album that you know is decent, that again you would be willing to perform in front of people, but in the form of you actually recording that album, right? Just think about how dope that literally will be for any artist or whatnot, right? Like, you're literally, okay, so we're gonna do this, I'm gonna, you know, basically get these songs in. You get to invite your fans, anybody who like basically wants to come out, pay for a freaking ticket, which also pays for the studio time, the convenience fee for the engineer having to let a certain amount of people in there. They could be a part of the song, right? It also could pay for the catering, you know, if you need to get food and drinks, stuff like that. Like, look, there's something dope that could happen if you guys are a little bit more professional with how you put things in. Let me see what y'all was saying. We got to skip from Dan B in a second. Wisco, what up? You never ask me, you send it properly in the subject line of the email. Wisco. Wisco. Oh wait, as my sub, how do you know I didn't get to it? Let me see. What do you see? Well, you know, you still have to send it. You still have to get in line, is what I'm saying. You still have to get in line, so resend it so that when we get to yours, I can play that. Let me get the Dan B one in. And let's see what else. Hold on. Say, bro, we gotta make a song soon. Hold on.
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie, I'm playing old school games where it's all up for grabs. You know me. I love gold. I love gold. I got a big stick of gold where my thing used to be, just because.
Alright, so this one can go on. Let's see what we have here. So this is Dan B with Too High.
Got too high today. Probably fuck around and fly away. Fly so high. Oh, I wanna fly so high. Oh, I wanna free from these chains in which I'm bound. Lost and found that I'm living in and wraps me now. I scream aloud, but no one seems to hear the sound. I'm passing out as I'm floating on these happy clouds. I got too high today. Probably fuck around and fly away. Fly so high, so far away. I try to be brave and plan my next escape. Fly so high. Oh, I wanna fly so high. Oh, I wanna fly so high.
Yeah, let me know and sit in the subject line.
I'ma spend all my days in pain. Self-destruct because I'm afraid of change. When I erupt, I never even take the blame. I feel the same when I hear my name. Fear the flames of hell, but I don't repent. It's hard to tell myself, my soul's intent. soul to sin. I fold in and I jump into this hole that I'm in.
Why you always go a little lower there?
Today. Probably fuck around and fly away. Fly so high, so far away. Try to be brave, I plan my next. Fly so high, oh, I wanna fly so high, oh, I wanna fly so high, oh, I wanna fly so high, oh.
You need those vocals in there.
I'm not, and I'ma send you the message that I'm still on top. And when it ends, I'm confessing that I've sinned a lot. Oh damn, it gets hot inside the box when you lie. But I'm just a man. I stand here on my own 2 feet, and I collapse when a hand stretches out to me. It's my relapse in the fact that all this amnesty keeps enchanting me out of sobriety. I got too high today. Probably fuck around and fly away.
Man, I ain't back in it yet. Like a lot of time when I was speaking, be able to pick and say, man, I like half of it, but like the other half, I don't know what the hell happened. I'm about to go up and I'll laugh at it. All of the people freaking be getting freaking so high to get in the car and then crashing it. Also, when I'm, dang you. I didn't even know there was gonna be a small section there.
I always try.
So I like this record, right? There's a lot of presence, there's a lot of energy in here. It's like so half and half, right? Because it goes into moments of, you know, just something, you know, epic, lots of, you know, instrumentation. You think about that live band, you know, kind of playing it, and then it goes back into something more subtle and like acoustic, you know, very, very chill, in and out, which I think, you know, that does sum up the different strains a little bit. That's my only sort of mental, why did he go up and down with certain aspects, right? And then I think about like, nah, like if you're on an indica, that thing, it's like being on 8 gallons of NyQuil, right? You know what I'm saying? You couch locked, you don't really want to move, you know what I'm saying? And so you have very little energy, you're just sort of like chilling or whatnot. Sativas and hybrids, and between that, more energy, you're able to be a little bit more, you know, active and you know, kind of do activities. So there's an aspect to, you know, the energy there. But as you know, man, anytime I go in and sort of, you know, like I let melodies and different vocals just come out when I'm hearing freaking stuff or whatnot, to see what are elements that could potentially be added to the record in some way by some, you know, artist or you, right? And then I just hear those, right? The first two, just keeping it, whoa, like what you do on there. But then the other two, if you go up an octave with an extra vocal, right, and do that harmonization, like I feel like it will add so much, you know, more flavor to it. And again, you want reasons to be able to bring in like other backup singers into a record, even for just like sections, moments, certain words, phrases, and lines. You know, it's that extra thing, because if there's just one artist by themselves, don't get me wrong, like they can get up there, do their thing, you know, still impress, and you know, we look at you like, damn, you could do all that, you know, all by yourself. But you know, you end up having to use the crutch of the record with extra elements in there, you know, in order to have certain things. But if you are someone who is on stage, you have a band, you have backup singers, a hype man, like whatever, you know, we start to think, yo, who is this? Right? Because your regular run-of-the-mill artist isn't gonna have access to a lot of things, or we just know that there are so many that don't invest in themselves in that way, so they can, you know, really look good out there or whatnot. But anything that you guys bring along with you, if it's backup dancers, freaking singers, whatever it is, it will allow us to see you as a professional artist to look out for, right? That and like a tiny desk kind of scenario, which is, you know, more or less the same thing, but with all, you know, live aspects and stuff like that. So not bad. He got in there and did his thing. What do you guys think? I liked it. I'd like to see a music video to that. Said it was definitely considered in the process of making that damn beat. I said, and you know what I'm saying, and then yeah, okay, cool. Got you. I got your Wisco's putting in a skip. Give me a second.
This is the story about a guy named Chris who makes beats. Don't believe me, homie, I made this. I'm on Twitch. What's the recipe for high grade clips? I like Sprite when I got that cherry limeade mix. I might need morphin like a tiny orphan or a whitey dork, so get behind me, Portland. With high endorphins, better hide your cordless as I slide this sword into your eye.
Alright, what is this called? Bank on that. Bank on that. Alright.
Everybody you wanna tell me they don't even know what the heck to do.
One thing about me niggas, I'ma keep going. No matter the struggle, no matter the weather. What would you do? Through the pressure and the pain, the darkness and the rain, I would never back down, you could bank on that. Give my heart and my soul, even though it take a toll, I could never back down, you could bank on that. Be a real one till I die, one day you realize I don't never back down, you could bank on that. Yeah, I know this life I chose, greatest story ever told, he ain't never back down and you can bank on that.
I ain't have a choice, had to get it out the mud, scraping and scrounging, ain't no stranger to the hurt, learn to keep walking, see I come from a long line of some real strong motherfuckers with no time for the bullshit. Dead clocks, not dead presidents. Using the oven just to stay warm in the residence. Packing brown sugar with that residue just to make some sense. Praying to the Lord every Sunday for deliverance. Toting still around with a target on my back. Click clacking about better days, wishing for my people back. Now we've lost even more of them. Man, it's just deplorable, but here I am standing in their memory cause it's more to do. Yeah.
Through the pressure and the pain, the darkness and the rain, I would never back down, you could bank on that. Give my heart and my soul, even though it take a toll, I could never back down, you could bank on that. Be a real one till I die, one day you realize I don't never back down, you could bank on that. Yeah, I know this life I chose, greatest story ever told, I ain't never back down and you can bank on
my
that.
deposits to this game, ban pain, you can bank it. Kept it ban frank, go ahead, check the statements. Soul stay secure, watch another suffer anguish. Overdrafted on my sleep, trying to turn the hate to payments. Heard them all talking big checks, they ain't never cash it. It's blood, sweat, and tears when you look at all my assets. Futuristic mind, but my soul is a classic. They eyes on my prize, I was always looking past it. You gon' need accounts, trying to count all the times I've been down without, times I've been counted out, couldn't see the exit, stuck up in a roundabout, finally found a route to get myself from round the doubt. I had to pay the tolls, wanted to rebuild, had to break the mold, but who knew mine be the greatest story told, engraved in stone, they couldn't fit it in a book I wasn't made to fold.
Through the pressure and the pain, the darkness and the rain, I would never back down, you could bank on that. Give my heart and my soul, even though it take a toll, I could never back down, you could bank on that. Be a real one till I die, one day you realize I don't never back down, you could bank on that. Yeah, I know this life I chose, greatest story ever told, he ain't never back down and you can bank on that.
But the fact that the song wasn't freaking really good, I would spank your track. A lot of times like I don't know what is happening. People don't know what they freaking doing, I'm rapping them. Alright. A little bit of a live music record, y'all know what it is. We talk about live music records on this show, which essentially are music about that pain, that struggle, and you know, persevering despite the odds, you know, pretty much, right? And you know, you can always identify it by a, you know, piano centric beat when it comes to the production, and of course the melodies of that beat being, you know, just something that you can feel in a certain way. You'd either hear a rapper or a singer on it. you know, and the content has to be real, right? Like that is one of the requirements, at least from what I've heard with each record that I've heard on, you know, that type of production. You know, if it ain't real, you know, people aren't gonna, you know, feel it. My criticism for this track is really just gonna be more on the, you know, the mix maybe, you know, because I wanted the vocals to be up a little bit more. It felt ever so slightly, not fully, but ever so slightly like, you know, y'all know how there sometimes we record at a certain time. Maybe we got people in the house or something like that, and then if people sleep, so you gotta like kind of, you know, you gotta adjust your volume a little bit, your energy, and so it's a little bit lower than it would be when you truly feel a record, right? When you feel it, man, it comes out in a way where like, you know, it's your first and last, you know, record, your first and last performance at a venue. You want people to feel it, you know what I'm saying? Spotlight on you, lighters up, you know, type stuff. And I felt like the mix and or, you know, energy, I guess, potentially had lacked some of that or whatnot, but not bad for sure, my brother. Cryptics, we got you up.
Dirty Money Entertainment.
Dirty Money Entertainment. Fire nightclub, sex, drugs, rock and roll. Rockstar lifestyle, that's all they know. Ain't no quality control. I'm a party animal, praying I don't get old. I'm just another lost soul. Fire nightclub,
okay, we can tell this chorus is AI.
City every night, they wanna pull another high just to get another bottle. I'll be alright. Party every day, party every night, party every night. Everybody in my tear, that's why I'm locking up the light. You can be Superman, I got that kryptonite. Fire nightclub, sex, drugs, rock and roll. Rockstar lifestyle, that's all they know. Ain't no quality control. I'm a party animal, praying I don't get old. I'm just another lost soul. Fire nightclub, sex, drugs, rock and roll. Rockstar lifestyle, that's all they know. Ain't no quality control. I'm a party animal, praying I don't get old. I'm just another lost soul. Everybody scream my name. I'm a party animal. My beats inside cannot be contained. Now we running through the crowd, got the music loud. We ain't never turning down. Goddamn, it's grand. Trying to turn the pain, rolling up the psychedelic strains. My party cannot be contained. Come and take a trade to the face. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. That's all I know. Fire nightclub, sex, drugs, rock and roll. Rockstar lifestyle, that's all they know. Ain't no quality control. I'm a party animal, praying I don't get old. I'm just another lost soul. Fire nightclub, sex, drugs, rock and roll. Rockstar lifestyle, that's all they know. Ain't no quality control. I'm a party animal, praying I don't get old. I'm just another lost soul. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. That's right, 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 that's right.
Bow, bow, bow. I mean, you gotta explain.
That's right, that's right, that's right, that's right.
Nah, you gotta stop you. Because anytime we hear or feel like we always gotta have the conversation all over again. It's like a reoccurring boss battle in an RPG. we gotta, damn it, Ganon, we gotta beat you, Koopa, again. The princess is not in this. The princess is in another castle. So here's the thing. when it comes to, it's a decent, you know, song to a certain extent. There are still elements in the quality that need to be better to get it to a more professional sound. We know what professional sounds like, and when we go and listen to a Korn or a Metallica or a Paramore or Evanescence or something like that, you're not gonna hear what we're hearing in here, right? And we're not talking about the performance, but you know, and I do hope that the only element that's AI is the mix, because like we've always had these conversations just about, you know, why we're so anti, you know, AI in terms of, you know, entertainment and music and stuff like that, right? Because when it does come to certain records, you know, anytime you cut a corner, it's never a good thing. You're cutting, it's literally like, you know, when the devil asks you to sell your soul, essentially, for that thing, that really big thing that you want. You get to do that big thing, but it comes at a cost, which you find out, you know, pretty much later. And the cost of like a mix or a beat replacement or the artist, right? You're gonna get that aspect and sound of, you know, AI, which in most cases will not be a real artist or a real producer. Or again, when it comes to the mix, like we feel like there's not a lot of work that is done, therefore it's not as impressive as it could be. You know, I barely know where to freaking start with it, because you know, we just always want there to be a real element in what we are hearing, right? For instance, the chorus, right? The actual rock singer and that element that is there, right? We are hoping that he's real, because if it is and we like what is done, we can potentially get him on a song as well. We can go see him live perform. If we like that sound as a band, we'd want to go see them live. But if they're not real, that throws everything out the door. There's no interviews with that person. There's no, you know, shaking their hand if you see them in public, because they're not real. And you take away, it's almost like just, you know, the Wizard of Oz, man. The Wizard of Oz always had, you had the veil over until you figured out that he was just some guy behind the thing, and he really didn't have powers. You know, before that, he's like, oh, you're like, oh shit, he can do this, he can do that, he has all these powers, and we better be afraid, you know, of him and all that. You know, overall, we still want there to be real things. And then if it comes to the beat, once again, we want to become a fan of real producers, right? Timbaland created the sound that he did. Pharrell created the sound that he had. Swizz Beatz created the sound that he had. When it came to the sample producers like Kanye, RZA, Alchemist, Ninth Wonder, you know, they all had their own sounds and way to come at things so that they had their own identity. AI disallows that as well, where you don't know who did what, and you don't even know who to go to, right? At that point of like, you know, who should I go to get that kind of production or whatnot? If the answer is AI, then again, you literally talk yourself out of someone wanting to get you specifically to do something. And even more, right? Even more, we end up talking about how, like, I mean, all I ever have to do is start and stop the conversation by saying, you know, if you rip away AI, anything from you, and you're asked to go to another studio to basically record a new song and help somebody write a new one or whatever, literally, you're gonna only have your skills, whatever you actually know how to do, at your disposal. And if you used too much AI to basically do whatever it is, you know, just imagine what's gonna happen when you're tested on the spot in like a bigger studio or something like that. Like, everything goes out the door. So I try to discourage people from using AI artists. I try to discourage, you know, you guys from using, you know, many elements of AI. And, you know, if you have to learn how to do something yourself, do it. Take that freaking time, practice until you get it right, or go to a studio. Don't try to cut corners and costs. Go to a freaking studio, record, get the right, proper stuff done, and then have them, mix it, properly or whatnot, right? If they can't do that, they aren't the right studio or whatnot, but at least you're on that journey to find the right ones that make it go there or whatnot. But man, hey, listen, you need to watch Ironheart. You need to watch Ironheart season 1. There's no season 2 yet, but go watch Ironheart and do that. And what you didn't tell me anything at all about the actual record itself, so I'm still trying to see what happened. Like, what did you do, if anything? If the AI is mixing and mastering and you're not on the record, then what did you do, right? That's the mystery that we gotta figure out. And it's all about being able to get that footage of you doing the thing, man. You in the studio working on whatever, a beat. You in the studio working on an actual song, coming up with things, yourself, being able to see the skill while it comes in, and the passion that lies in there or whatnot. Let me see what we got next. We're gonna go ahead and jump back into the free line. We got Dior. Let me see, Liquid Menace. But yeah, big and salute. Anytime, look, know that it doesn't matter who it is. Anytime an artist, producer, or writer sends an AI record in any way to the show, we're gonna have that same conversation, right? It may be in a different order of how I freaking say things, but when I hear it, it's like I always feel that need to let you know where I stand, when it comes to, AI and music. Like, I haven't used it in my music at all, whatnot. I like being able to come up with, the melodies and any original beat that I have, figure out all of the writing, the structure of my records, and not having to rely on, something else. And then again, same thing goes, I mix and master. And not once have you tried coming to me, my bro.
Like that one, fellas.
I'm just saying, man, you know what I'm saying? But hold on, let me see what we got.
As I dwell in the picture this cell, this tale soon should unveil from this well. I drew water that shall cool the frail and the depths of this hell with this spell. I secure the intel, shall I fail? For a fate shall rebel on this scale. I'm not measured until heaven's gates shall lock and expel. All the glories marveled by males and forbidden treasures unveiled as you know it, like wish for well. Faith thin as an egg shall be the reason you shall excel. My efforts simply compel my success, make these haters swell, for they simply wish I would fail. With the grief of defeat, making niggas eat out of county jail. I'm a beast within the feast with souls of the stale. I'm a lease, foes, versus peace, such a done deal. You're deceased if in the streets, but shit'll get trill like a piece. Boy, I keep the peace, better keep the peace. You don't really wanna beef, all of my niggas elite. Under seats where you finna be when you fuck a we. Ain't it missing misdemeanor when we hit him with the heat? It be tweaked on the TOP when we hit the scene. Really all the machines well equipped with the beam. Shoot out as a team, my niggas more regime than you cowards ever seen. Fresh across the big screen. For the green, Rickles getting steam, mess getting cleaned. I'm a king doing what I deem, in the in between. Leave lean like you Uncle Dean when the temper brings to me scenes. Bullet shit just clean, seem like submarines. I'm a night, quarter diabolical, bitch, I'm a menace. Get slaughter, make it hot as slaughter. Time to get religious, pray to God. I'ma spread a pride. My niggas gorillas on my job. I'ma get the eyes, but it's wicked. I'm a mom, I'ma drop a vibe. Bigger than niggas on the squad. I'ma start a car way bigger than Hitler's on my monster. You Kevin Costner, you niggas finish from a shot to some real process, some real hitters. Look at your ass kick, I'm Jurassic. Look at your ass bit, rushing King Kong and swam through Lake Placid. John a dragon flame, saved the lion's mane. Guess it's safe to say a nigga wanna bang. Niggas suckin' they said much. Maggie Simpson, class in session, bitch. Pay attention. Hit a school, these young squares, but not Princeton. I'm I'm one of them niggas whose names you shouldn't mention. Cash in your head, the salary in your pension. Put the order in, you niggas will come up missing. Like accordions, I squeeze and niggas listen. Then buddy, y'all begin, he smoking like a Winston. Prison gave me logic, life, they gave me wisdom. Fresh about a Lisbon, boy, I need a prescription. Percocet and Ritalin, can't sleep cause I'm Ritalin. Plotting on the way to there, I can see a million. What more can I say? We got children. Overwhelmed with my life, my heart's feelings. Never came in my veins, I'm cold chilling. Never once I felt the shame from dope dealing. Need something to ease my pain, cause Lord willing. Bully him and get this stock up to the trillions. Bully him and get this box up in the billions. Waiting on the shit to lock up, I'ma kill them. I'ma sew this whole block up, I'm feeling. Hollow tips in my clip when I'm pilling. Full speed down your strip and start spilling. I'ma let this shit rip and start drilling. Hope nobody else get hit. Women and children could be a casualty today, man, I'm illin'. Hope nobody else get hit. Women and children could be a casualty today, cause I'm illin'. They're still watching, fucking, I'm wildin'. No L times and back, man, I'm howling. I'ma run this bitch back up and stop ballin'. A nigga try to come to the paint, then I'm fouling. I'm a savage bitch, I gotta have it, feeling like an addict. Silly rabbit, better quit it ragged or I never static. You a maggot, smash you with a melon, place you in the casket. This is habit, this is automatic, this shit is a habit. Shit classic when I get this rapping on another planet. This is magic when I get that rapping, you know what happened. This is action, this is satisfaction, things inside the passion. In my madness, I'm the hidden faggot, speeding down the traffic. This is hardcore, parkour, attack a part 4. Nuclear war, you son me, I'm a warlord, just up in the encores. I'm a fucking carnivore. Ask if I'm ready, reply like I'm sure.
My gosh. 2 minutes, 52 seconds, almost to that 3-minute sector. Pure performance, you know what I'm saying, throughout. And again, that's one of those things that I'm freaking talking about, man. Like, you could tell he got in there and really, you know, performed that record, right? If you were to punch in, just like, it wouldn't feel the same, because we'd feel those starts and stops mentally. Like, oh, you stopped and then you thought about the next thing and then you punched in there and then you punched in there and then you thought about the next thing and you stopped and then you went in there. You know what I mean? We want to really feel like you're getting in there and can replicate that in a full live performance, right? And I love these switch ups, how he really, stayed not only, you know what I'm saying, on topic, told his story, and showed the elements of what he can do. This is why I talk about variation on the show when it comes to what you do as an artist. Repetition, I've never really liked, because it feels like it's too predictable. The artist is doing the same thing throughout an entire record, right? There's no difference in tone and melody and flow and just like, how you're rapping or whatnot. And how can that be impressive, right? It shows you using 5% of your brain to figure out what you could do to a record. But something like this, it shows, you're using 100%. You want to think about all the different aspects and ways that you can sort of like hit something in while still making sure that you're, getting that conviction in and being on topic or whatnot, man. Imagine the lyric video with this kind of record, right? Where you have, the words just coming up all quick at that sort of like moment. I would love to see something like that happen. And it's a good first song for you to introduce us to him, with or whatnot. Again, that was, saying Dior with Liquid Menace, and he got in there and did his thing. He said, "I'm not a one-trick pony with my artists," and stuff like that. That don't mean that it still wouldn't have equated, because even though you have a great vast amount of R&B artists that you have sent to the show, all of them have been equally as dope, right? And that still matters, right? That's like having both Boyz II Men, 112, Jagged Edge, let me see, who else? Babyface, it's like having some of the biggest, singers that we've known and loved, like all under one, belt or box or whatever word we wonder if you can use there and shit like that. And so there's nothing wrong with that or whatnot. And of course, like, first artist that you introduced us to was Dope London. She was not an R&B artist. She's a straight rapper, but is also a female artist. And we still got her in the cusp of whatnot. Hold on, let me hit that button right quick for old time's sake, baby.
Better watch how you talk, I'm a big dog. Dope is the product, you hoes getting recalled. Been that bitch, I'm so A1 with the steaks all. He in love with the box, pay that price for the top. I hit him up like he Pac, double Dutch on the cock. A wild team, keep your hands all off. All hoes feel, we ain't playing no golf. You think you can do better, nigga, I'm appalled. The nerve of this guy to even make that call. If I leave, then I leave, nigga, it's mid-fall. Cute in the face, but are you solid? I can clearly see what is in your wallet, but I need a nigga with knowledge. All of your capping, who your orthodontist?
I know diamonds are the things that you wish that you had, but homie.
What up, Private Press?
Games where it's all up for grabs, you know me. I love gold.
What up, yo? We got a one song skip. We got another one. We had one in the free line a little bit earlier. You know what I'm saying, from Don Caban, and we got yet another one from him. This one is an MP3, so I do not have a link on this, but it is called No Witnesses. Hold on, just make sure I get that in there. No Witnesses, and let's go jump on this. Come on now. All right. 1 to 10, and your feedback is welcome as we proceed.
1 to the chest, 2 to the dome. 1 to the chest, 2 to the dome.
Okay.
1 to the chest, 2 to the dome. 2 to the dome, 2 to the dome. 1 to the chest, 2 to the dome. 1 to the chest, 2 to the dome.
I would have put some kind of gunshot in there.
2 to the dome. 1 to the chest, 2 to the dome. 1 to the chest, 2 to the dome.
Okay.
Puncture your vest, true through your bone. Punched in your chest, boom to your dome. With blood, I'm obsessed. My boo is the chrome. Shit is hot, lick a shot. Hit the shells from the lead drop. But my let it bang 3 times like Craig Pops. I'ma give you head knots. Niggas say I'm dead hot. Creeper, same types of gunners that the feds got. The Reaper is coming, I don't fear you at all. Niggas tripping, this equipment seeing here through your walls. We'll bum rush the spot on them. Riff, I'ma pop on them. Know that every move, we always got the drop on them. Every single nigga in my crew got a Glock on them. Silencer, extra clips and a red dot on them. You'll be sleeping right where the fishes is. Everybody gotta go, we don't need no witnesses. 1 to the chest, 2 to the dome. 1 to the chest, 2 to the dome.
Okay.
1 to the chest, 2 to the dome. 2 to the dome, 2 to the dome. 1 to the chest, 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 1 to the chest, 2 to the dome. 1 to the chest. My boo is the chrome. With guns, I'm obsessed. My squad known to roam. I run with the best. Never under duress. When we're under arrest, we keep our mouths closed. And nobody in my crew snitching. I don't mess around with a rat, snake, or stool pigeon. Who you think you getting? Dead with my crew hitting. Ain't no nigga left behind like the school system. Hustler, spending hotel nights. Selling it gram for gram and a wholesale price. I don't care what you believe, man. Look, ask around.
The beat just changed.
Be done hook half the town. Check the facts and get back to me. That's why I'm cocky. The cops shot and clock me, and man, they can't stop me. Right, you'll be sleeping right where the fishes is. Everybody gotta go. We don't need no witnesses.
You get 1 to the chest, 2 to the dome. Listen, dog, I ain't never gonna excuse you. You alone. Listen. Listen.
1 to the chest.
Freaking people gon' get every single gun, dog, once they obsess. A lot of freaking times when you freaking see a chick, the next day she gonna have a gun in her dress. A lot of freaking times I could rhyme by the mother effing freaking chick who put a freaking gun between her vest. Anyways, you already know what it is. Listen, this one is straight West Coast vibes a little bit, right? I like this. You have a good knack for writing music, for coming up with, you know, records that allow you to get in there, really spit, have fun, right? While still being kind of, you know, chill. Like, you don't have to use a ton of energy
go in there fast and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have one like that where you are. You know, but what I hear from you so far, you know, I like, right? I like to listen to, you know, some of the lyrics or like where you go, lines that you have are, you know, saying actually dope or whatnot. And then this chorus is really simple, but it just works or whatnot. Right away, you're sort of like, okay, I see where he's going. One to the chest, two to the dome. It's like it's easy to get in there. And the only thing I thought it was missing were, you know, gunshots. I don't feel like it should be the same gunshot each time or whatnot. Like in my mind, I was hearing a few different, you know, gunshots going off through, you know, what you were saying or whatnot. But that's sort of like a half and half, you know what I'm saying, on where it should be, you know what I'm saying. Should it be every time he's talking about a bullet, you know what I mean? Or should it be at the very end? Again, give y'all thoughts.
One to the chest, two to the dome.
No, not kids. Listen, do that. Do it again. Do it again.
One to the chest, two to the dome. One to the chest, two to the dome.
Too much.
One to the chest, two to the dome.
That's too much. It's too much. That's why I also said different ones, different gunshots, right? Because you can do like silencers and certain things.
One to the chest.
You can do silencers in these parts.
One to the chest, two to the dome.
Right.
One to the chest, two to the dome.
And then
two to the dome, two to the dome. One to the chest.
And then that for like that part.
One to the chest, two to the dome. One to the chest, two to the dome.
Just kidding. I was trying to play other people getting shot. Not bad though. We need a song for sure or whatnot. Something equally as fun. Who are some of your influences? Just for shits and giggles and stuff like that. We're gonna get back into Freeline in just a moment as well. Yeah, I'ma let it be. He said I'ma let it be. I'm gonna let it be bang 3 times like Craig Pops, man. Listen. You know what I'm saying? Line after line. Right there. Let's sing some old emotional song. I'm thinking I want to sing something gangster now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That was a 9 to me. Listen, Big Dizzy, get your shit in.
Run to the chest, run to the chest, run to the chest, two to the dome, one to the chest, two to the dome, one to the chest, two to the dome, two to the dome.
Wanna hear it back?
2 to the dome, 1 to the chest, 2 to the dome, pump to your vest, 2 to your bone, punch to your chest, boom to your dome, boom with blood, I'm obsessed, my boo is the chrome, shit is hot, like a shot, hit the shells from the leg drop, I'ma let it bang 3 times.
Listen, it used to be so fun to do stuff like that. Like as a kid, when you just like get the record player and you speed it up a little bit so everything sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks or whatnot. I think everybody did that with like Michael Jackson shit, you know what I'm saying? And some Phil Collins and stuff. Like it's always fun or whatnot. Somewhere out there is a kid who's listening right now and is like, yes, I was waiting for that.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
That's right.
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you been born. My brain is so
You said did that to Public Enemy, man. That's crazy, man. But yeah, man, and you listen to it like it was a real song, freaking too, right? I can also hear that he said some of his influences are Redman, Marshall Mathers, Crooked Eye, and Graph. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, listen, good list. Two of those are on my list as well, from Eminem and Redman for sure. Crooked Eye, I love as well. I don't have anything, you know what I'm saying, against him. Like he would definitely be on my top 10. So I'd put him, on there in terms of like West Coast, artists. I feel like, Crooked probably has gone the hardest in terms of really trying to get in there with the best bars, right? Horseshoe Gang, you know, right on, like he was right to basically, you know, co-sign them and stuff like that, because they're right there, right? They love to think about the actual bars, you know, within, right? And I appreciate artists who do that, right? Have fun, play around with, you know, what you're gonna do, what you're gonna say, you know, find the right beats, and, you know, you guys will always hit those right spots or whatnot. Too many artists this era. You got too many artists and producers, okay? We have to blame it on somebody, okay? The type beat phase has got to go. Okay, understand this. The type beat phase for both the artists and the producers has got to go in order for you guys to get back to a place where you have your own originality, where we hear you, right? Basically, you want to create, like if we're going right back into type beats, you want to create what feels like insert your name here type beat. Don't rap to another beat or a type of beat that feels like it's already been out there and rapped to by thousands upon thousands of artists. And, you know, because what that does is often you guys will make the same song over and over again, right? It literally is the equivalent of one artist making a song, people seeing how popular that song is, and like if that artist made 100 to 300 songs, you know, it'd be the same thing as 300 different artists making the same song with slight differences. It's oversaturation, right? So we so we have to get back to that era of you guys trying to make sure that you guys are creating the next influence, the next sound that people do want to somewhat get into, but not all the way. Like, don't lose yourself so much where, you know, because again, we've had our share of like a certain amount of artists who sound like Drake, or a certain amount of artists who sound like Future, or you know, like just again one artist or another, where you lose yourself and it just feels like we're listening to someone cosplaying as that artist. And we have that artist, right? Let Drake be Drake, let M be M, let whoever it is be themselves, and us hear something new that we can boast about to people, right? And so like there's a good way to get influenced by the artists you love without becoming them. I never felt like Hopsin was trying to be Eminem. He still had his own sound and feel too, but he was really close. He was real close. You had who else? Tyler the Creator, right? He had like a little bit of influence in a certain way, but still had his own sound as well, right? And the fact of the matter is, if you can hear similar artists on the same track and tell them apart, then they have a good signature style on them or whatnot, right? So as long as you can tell, you know, Ghostface and Action Bronson apart, right? And I can 100%, you know what I'm saying, tell who's who or whatnot. They have very specific, you know, things that they say, ways that they rap within, you know, any given record. I think, you know, we'll just leave it at that or whatnot. Let me see where we are at real quick. Shout out to Don. And by the way, with that conversation was not me saying that you sounded like M or anybody or whatnot. It was me just getting on, you know, other artists who don't have that originality yet, who haven't tried to figure out what they want to say, right? Again, if you hear another artist song and you basically mentally say, let me make that, and you kind of remix the words here and there, that's not you being you. You still don't have your own, you know, identity yet or whatnot. But we want to know every single artist's individual thoughts, likenesses, you know, weaknesses, whatever it is that you guys are willing to rap about, your own, you know, life and interests and what you think about current events and past events and all that. You know, we're always willing to, you know, get in there and you know, take a listen, as long as you rap it in the right way, do it on a nice beat and stuff like that. Let me jump back into the free line that we shared, man. Let me see. AK Hollow with peace. Good luck.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
I know we're saying that.
Yeah, like I don't get her too. Yeah, like I don't get her too. Yeah, like it's all about you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like I don't get her too. Yeah, like
listen, I won't hit that button as long as I can understand what you're saying.
She wanna go to the river, but I wanna go to the lake.
Okay.
A whole lot I could give her. There's more what she willing to take. I know there's a whole lot of niggas. So baby, you don't gotta stay. I'm not the one trying to tie you down. I don't even like Ray J.
Don't do it.
Getting close, I got a truck. Is it some more? That's not enough. I got a whole hundred right on the door. I got a stove, pull it right on the cutter. I got that dope top of bite like the color.
Don't do it.
Floating, you might get a mullet. Ain't get that floating, he might get a bullet. I don't know about 4-5, but you might get 100. She said I'm tweaking, I just need a love. If she was weak, she gon' leave just because. I started gigging, I can't get enough. Told her she leave me, I ain't getting enough. Now I got on my feet and I know now what's up. Yes, please, go wrap it up. Yes, me, call nigga bluff. Yes, leave, I don't give a fuck.
Listen, I do gotta hit that button, and I didn't want to though. Understand that. We'll talk about it.
Like nothing's ever wrong. When these rappers try to make a clever song, no matter what they do, we'll never get along. They fix the COVID, now we'll never share a bomb. I've been trying to fix the rap game for the longest. I ain't gonna lie, man, your rap's really garbage. Speak what's on my mind, cause I'm actually honest. You feel this in your eyes.
So understand this. Understand this, right? Understand. Even if I hit that button, I'm gonna give you a full review. I'm gonna help you completely understand where I'm coming from, right? It's a Migos style track. That's not, you know, bad. There are gonna be people who will feel, you know, this record. Like, I do like the melodies that you're doing, you know, on the record. I feel like there definitely is, you know, something here. There's potential. But when artists do that thing where they purposely start slurring their words, right? You have to understand that we don't know what you're saying yet. So when you make it harder for us to understand certain things, like, we can't relate to the whole song, but we need to. We have to be able to understand and hear and feel a song without having to look up the lyrics, you know, as much as possible. And you know, people get into mumble rap, you know, due to their own, you know, a lack of understanding that, like, it's important for us to hear the words. We want to be able to know, like, should I dedicate this to my girl or some shit? You know what I mean? And we don't know if we can't hear everything. We don't know how far, you know what I'm saying, things go. And so what I always suggest is, like, only do the slightly slurring your next word if you say it right the first time, right? Say it right the first time, and then repeat it one time. That repetition, you know, or that repetition that you have on that word or that phrase can be then mumbled a little bit or whatnot, because now we understand, you know, what you're saying there or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? She like to go to the mall. She like to go to the mall. You know what I mean? But if you are doing everything, you're saying some things clear, and then other things you're just like, you know, you're acting like you're singing to her ear, and like y'all in the back of the classroom and shit like that. Like, man, listen, share with the class, bro. Share with the mother effing class. We need to hear everything that you got going on. I do not want you guys to, you know, basically become background music, right? What is background music? Well, essentially, background music is at least decent enough to be played at, you know, a place, a function or something like that. You know what I mean? Everybody chilling, you know what I'm saying, hanging out, the song comes on. Maybe you don't throw tomatoes at the DJ or boo them for the song they're playing, you know, but you also don't go ask them who the artist is, because they're just there. You're not able to get in and relate to the words because you can't understand everything. You don't know if you should be slow dancing with your baby mama or, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. And so again, it's just that's it. But I do find that there is potential in there. I don't know if you'd go back in and try to re-record anything. It's always up to you, right? Do whatever you want, but I can tell you that I would 100% listen to it again if it was, you know, re-recorded in that way. He said, bro is not saying words, you know what I'm saying? He said, all I got was yes, please.
She wanna go to the river, but I wanna go to the lake.
See, I think you said I want to go to the lake and she want to go to the lake.
Ain't a whole lot I could give her. There's more what she willing to take. I know it's a whole lot of niggas. So baby, you don't gotta stay.
Baby, you don't gotta stay. He said something about tying her down and then he ain't got no tape or something like that.
Getting close, I got a truck. This is some more, that's not enough. I got a whole hundred right on the door. I got a stove, put it right on the cut.
Like you got, again, it's a lingo. It's a lingo that, like, to a certain extent, right? If you're from there, you're gonna know. You're gonna hear it. They're gonna hear it freaking clearly. That's the one thing that we do also have to understand, right? There are different places around the world that make different music. Different things become popular at different times throughout different parts of the world. There are certain eras of freaking, you know, music that don't become popular until like years later in a certain other place or whatnot. Think about K-pop. K-pop wasn't always there, right? Pop music had always existed for a long time. You would think that K-pop had came, you know, right along at the same time as at that popularity or whatnot. But it took them some time to get over to a, you know what, let's have some boy bands, girl bands. We'll have groups with, like, you know, quite a few different, you know what I'm saying, singers and performers in it. And K-pop kind of took off, you know, in a certain extent or whatnot. But it took some time. That 90s style of hip hop still, you know, prominent in UK, even though drill sort of was that thing that started, you know, going over there and becoming something a little bit more popular as of, you know, the past, you know, 5 or so, you know what I'm saying, years. But again, it's like, again, it takes a while for certain things to hit certain areas, and just, you know, be that thing. With that said, right, there's still a, how can I make sure that my record is appreciated worldwide so everyone likes it enough to at least want to make a remix to it? We should hear your song and love it enough to want to, like, oh, let me put a rap verse on that. Let me put a singing verse on that, right? Like, we hear SZA today and, like, we do that. We hear, like, whoever you name, you know, when they make something dope, we want to remix it in some way and be like, here's my take on it. He said she wanna go drive in a river. I wanna go to the lake and stuff like that. Ah, see this motherfucker. But we gotta understand it all, right? And so try, man, and like get the word out. Get the word out to most artists, you know, like that. At least, like, it affects certain listeners. It will affect certain listeners if they can't really tell, you know, what's being said that first time. If you gotta sort of like squint your eyes, you know what I'm saying, when your eyes ain't got nothing to do with your damn ears and shit like that. Well, you gotta squint your eyes to freaking listen and like be like, man, what did he say right there? It's a little bit of a problem. And I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, we loved Bone Thugs back in the day, right? We also couldn't understand what they said, right? There was a good amount of time where it's 7 a.m. but Ben the bottom mechanic Ben and gain and nigga dang and don't the papa double down to the web that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You go in there, you still like how they're flowing. And you could tell that they're really rapping. You just, for whatever reason, you couldn't hear it. And they weren't mumbling it though. That was the thing. They weren't trying to like make it ear like not as comprehensible. I'm still trying to figure out like how, right? What is the most? Hold on, let me actually look it up real quick. What Bone Thug song did people find the hardest to understand? I think about it, to do my job about it, and I'm gonna tell everybody kind of bound a bit the thing. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, why don't we know all the words to that shit right there, man? It's a classic record. Hold on, let me get back into the free line. Let me make sure nobody else sent a skip. Parallelo, you finally sent your skip, so we're gonna put yours in right now.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
Sorry for the wait right there. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Which one of these things? Said play the skit into the song. Do they go? For all I know, you're gonna have some ad though that will play in between and won't let it connect like that, right? Well, we'll see. Let me see. Let's throw this up here. Hey, yo, let's throw it. When it comes to freaking the thing that you freaking get, they like, hey, yo, let's throw it. Okay, well, we're still loading. While we're loading these up, let me go over here and hit the button. It will actually hit. What the heck is? We'll hit this while we're...
Blue pill or red pill. If you take the red pill, you'll no longer be able to be living in your head still. If you take the blue pill, then you'll be so cool still, but no longer be able to see everything that ain't real. Should I take the blue pill or red pill? Should I take the blue pill or red pill? Should I take the blue pill or red pill? Should I take the blue pill or red pill?
All right, Descargando is the first one.
Tenemos su frecuencia lista para descargar a su cerebro. Comenzamos la secuencia. Cierra los ojos.
You gotta tell us what happened right
Respira
here.
profundo. Aclara tu mente. Y cuando escuchas el ritmo de tu luz, abre los ojos y prepara para la descarga.
And then that's supposed to go right into this. As soon as it comes up, that's what I was afraid of. It just wouldn't lead right into it. What was being said right there? Was it like lift off? I am an alien. I am lost in space. Someone come find me.
I am in space, yeah. Look at my face, yeah.
I'm inside of your mind when I can see other things. People climb up the trees and stuff.
Dude, you could put U2 on this. The band U2. I am on fire. I'm on fire. Wait a second. Why is it? Hold on. What the freak? What the heck was that? Oh, the other video was trying to play something at the same time. Give me a second. Let me rewind it a little bit, man. Why you gonna just randomly try to come on another video? There we go. So downloading your personal audio file. You can get The Cure featuring U2. them collab back in the day. The Cure. You don't know what to do. You are sure. You know what I'm saying? Okay, hold on real quick. All right, here, let me do this. Okay. So I like that because I like it because it reminded me of, again, the production that you would normally hear from a U2 record, right? Which we don't normally get to hear by itself. You know, throughout, like, as a producer, you know, there was many times where I would just love to sample, you know, anything that I could hear. And we didn't really have a lot of access to things that could easily remove, you know, the vocals from, you know, the records. And there were just those times where I was like, man, if I was able to remove the vocals and use any part of the actual, you know, beat for the sample, you know, it'd be, you know, dope. And you know, so I've always just had a want to hear the production of you know, a lot of those records, you know, but just, you know, isolated from the vocals, and, you know, see what other kind of, you know, influence could go in there, or if there was a rapper or somebody that would, you know, hop on, what would that be like? But like I said, man, I feel like there's something in there where if you actually wanted to get both the lead singer of The Cure and Bono of U2 on a record, you know, this is very close to something I could hear them both on. As, again, I may be talking out of my ass. Let me see first, right? Have U2 and The Cure ever collabed on a song, right? Let's see. Because I don't know anyone's off the top of my head where it's them two specifically. Yep, see? And it said, no, U2 and The Cure have never officially collaborated on a song, though a fan-created mashup of their songs, blah, blah, blah. Forget a fan mashup, right? There are times where, you know, sometimes we got to figure out how to market our production, our songs, or whatever it is, and to be able to have a reason to, you know, approach them both about it in a way. And again, I don't know how that would happen, but it definitely would be something I could see happening. He said trigger samples, and you know what I'm saying, perform all sounds live. Hey, you could do that. And he said, we are an instrumental duo from Chicago and started that. Hey, that's what's up. See? And can I tell you that, you know, for any artist or producer who comes to the show, right? Again, we get into full conversations about, you know, just how dope it is to hear real people doing things as opposed to AI aspects of, you know, certain records and artists. Like we want you guys to have the ability to be creative, figure out, you know, the melodies, the structure of how you want things, and really bringing your whatever it is together in the best way. You have to stand on your own talents. So again, when people are hearing you, they know what you can do, and when they approach you with something, you know, to collab with them, they'll know what to, you know, expect. And I always feel like anytime we hear like other AI records where there was no real work involved, you know, we have to have that full conversation of how important it is to like still maintain and see where your talent really comes from or whatnot. Because us writing and coming up with music, we know like it's more than just having the idea for a song. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fun to be able to come up with the words and what the beat should be for that song as well, and then where each word should go, how fast or slow you should, you know, rap, if you want features and different people on it, if you want to bring in an extra guitarist or someone to get on the trumpet. Like that aspect of music, I feel like is, you know, something that should always be promoted. And, you know, I don't know what we need to really do, because I don't feel like there's a going backwards for AI to a certain extent, because there are going to be people who, again, they're not going to hear the conversations. They're not going to know how people, you know, perceive stuff. They're looking at it in the same way that some labels look at things, money. They're like, well, I can just put this random thing out and have some, you know, some side change or whatnot. Not even realizing that they're disrupting the chain of, you know, like, so there's a certain amount of funds that certain digital platforms like Spotify have, that they divvy out as a bonus to those that do get the most, you know, streams on the platform, right? It has to be real streams, nothing fabricated, no paid for, you know, kind of things and whatnot. Otherwise you're disqualified from that, and mostly you will get, you know, taken from the platform. But when you factor that in, where, you know, independent producers and artists are competing with big artists in that aspect, if you throw AI into that as well, you're literally diluting the market so much, where everybody is trying to, you know, scrounge for like chump change at that point or whatnot, right? You know, it's just freaking crazy. So we hope you'll be listening to all our stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just shuffle, discography, yeah. Hey, that's what's up right there. Let me see what else. Let me see what else we do. Let me see what else we do. All right, let me see. We got Philip with Baby. Is it Baby Crash? Baby Crash and shit. Matter of fact, I'm about to go up in the car and this freaking belt on the fastened it. Matter of fact, man, I don't know if I'm going to end up. Oh my God.
Yeah, crash out. Ayy, crash out. Yeah, ayy. Bitch, I'm tripping off a pill. I gotta take another one. I think the shit wearing off. I got another fucking gun up in my pocket. Bitch, I'm going crazy. Finna spin again. Little bitch, you know I'm going crazy. Gotta get my twin. Yeah, smoking on the gas. Yeah, you know I'm going up. Got the money in my pocket. Bitch, you know I keep it tugged. Yeah, we swerving in the city. Yeah, you know I'm in the truck. Got a dub for a show. Yeah, you know they showing up. Yeah, we been whipping in the city, going fast now. We been whipping in the city, finna blast now. We been whipping in the city, going fast now. We been whipping in the city, finna blast now. I been getting all the money, I been getting all the bread. Yeah, you thought that I was playing, I'ma hit him in the head. Yeah, that cracky, he been slipping. Yeah, you know that he be dead. Yeah, we running out of money, little bitch, I spending bread. Yeah, we be running out of money, got them stacks now. We be whipping in this shit, we try to crash now. Yeah, you know I'm talking crazy, hit him with that shit, little bitch, I'm going crazy.
finna put him in that dish. Yeah, tripping off a pill, I'm finna pop another one. Yeah, I got a Glock up in my pocket, got another gun. Yeah, you know I'm talking crazy, finna hit him on that run. Yeah, you know I'm going crazy, finna hit him, then he done. Yeah, we be whipping a bitch, I be try to crash now. We be whipping a bitch, I be try to spaz now. We be whipping a bitch, I be try to crash now. We be whipping a bitch, I be try to spaz. Yeah, you know I got the money in my pocket, I been going. I'ma hit him in the head, little bitch, you know I'm blowing. Yeah, I'm smoking on the gas. Yeah, you know that I've been talking. Told that baby shake her ass. Yeah, she had to bust it open. Yeah, I been spending all the money. Yeah, I'm spending all the bread. Had to hit him in the head. Had to hit him with a leg. Yeah, you know the hate be walking funny. Hit him in the leg. Yeah, you know I'm talking crazy. Had to hit him with that red. Yeah, we be whipping a bitch. I be try to crash out. Okay. We be whipping a bitch. I be try to spaz out. So what? We be whipping a bitch. I be try to crash out. You be what? We be whipping a bitch. I be try to spaz out. Yeah, you know I got the money. Yeah, you know I got the bread. Gotta hit him with it. Gotta hit him with the leg. Yeah, you know he walking funny. Had to hit him in his leg. Yeah, you know I'm spending money. Yeah, you know I'm spending bread. Yeah, you know I'm finna spend again. Gotta get my twin. Yeah, you know we talking crazy. Yeah, you know we doing sins. Got a grin up on my face. Yeah, I'm killing with a grin. Yeah, I told her not to play. Had to go and spin the beans. Yeah, we be whipping up and try to crash now. We be whipping up and try to spaz out. We be whipping up and try to crash out. We be whipping up and try to spaz out.
Everybody counting is a lot of people time when I'm just chilling by fountain. People also know that I don't even know if like you making freaking so much money that you freaking don't need them to count on, but okay, so what I appreciate about that is that it did feel like you had a good amount of, hold on real quick. Anyways, big salute. So this right here, again, I like the energy that you have on there. It felt like you know, felt that record. It is, you know, one of those typical kind of songs that we've heard these type of records before. But I think I liked that you didn't punch in every bar. I listen for that stuff a lot. Okay? Potentially, there could have been sections where maybe 4 to 8 bars or something like that in certain sections, but it felt like you could go out there and perform this song. However, right, I have no way to reverse the clap. There is that aspect of some repetition, because you go in between like 2 sections and then those 2 sections feel like they kind of repeat. You know what I'm saying? And then right back to, and then you just go back. Like, if we know what's coming, that's when it starts to seem repetitive, right? And we do want to see more. You know, you should have those 2, what we heard right there, and then something else, and then something else, and something else. You know, a few different ways. Know that, like, in most cases, you're the first and last line of defense in any given beat that you're rapping to. You're the first one to hop on it, man. You know, show the example of how everybody should hit it up or whatnot, because there is potential in there. Just do a little bit more, and do a little bit more, yeah. Alright, back into D Free, we got Big Dizzy. Mr. Big Dizzy, you're in the cut.
And now you got Big Dizzy, and he's all in the den. You're gonna put his record in and
it's that emotional song he was talking about. It's the emotional song, yeah.
They broke my heart cause I let them that's on me. I told myself I'll be better and give all me. I can't show you what's on my mind, it's all me. Fragile ego, petty pride, that's all me. All me, I sit and cry sometimes before I fall asleep. My mama died around when I was 33. That pain so there and every day it hurts me. You don't know what it's like, that shit haunting me. It's all me, I light it up and start smoking, that's all me. Yeah, I smoke weed to hide the pain that's on me. It's getting easy to be a quitter, that's on me. Another night in the hospital, that's on me. Poor me, and I don't know if I'm getting sicker, that's on me. And I don't know if I'm depressed, it's on me. I just cut off another friend that saw me. I'm probably better off alone, it's all me, just me. Gotta be strong as Jesus, Hercules, arm and raw that guarded me. But some demons hard to beat. Mary Jane be calling me, she know she got that part of me. It's hard to leave out by a dime, pork and beans. What's a dream? I had a dream. What I give it, all me, and what I get back, not a thing. But this a new chapter, part 3. I can't stay down, that's all me. Used to say, call me, now who I ride for, all me. Who they had time for, not me. Put my life on the line for just me, just me. Look to my left and I see nobody, not a thing. Look to the right, same thing, but we ain't gonna play the blame game. I had a blast like Mega Man, but being home is better, man. It's getting hard to let it, man. Using sleep like medicine. There I go with my head again. Probably think I'm dead again. I hope these drugs are setting in. It feel like God is testing him. Fuck a bitch, say that again. Fall in love, won't do that again. I'm not really a bad man, but I bet I'll be a better man.
What y'all think about that? What up, Carolina?
Not a thing. Look to the right, same thing. Probably think I'm probably better. Every day it hurts me.
All right. So with this record right here, man, like with that kind of beat, bro, I feel like it's a missed opportunity to not have anything melodic on there. I was definitely not expecting you to get on there and add auto-tune or anything like that, right? So I didn't want that, and gladly you didn't. But it's so close to something that you need a female kind of, you know, singer on or whatnot to go back and forth with what you doing, you know what I mean? And add some ad-libs here and there, and have a verse in there. You can get a male artist as well. This is one that honestly I'd send to Liquid. He, you know, most likely can get Christopher Duncanson on it with you, you know what I mean? And Chris, if you haven't, I'm pretty sure you've been in the building, but like, look, let me show you, right? Because I feel like you know, these are right up his alley in terms of you know, getting some vocals.
Ooh, yeah, you already know. Ooh, I wanna be on yours.
Right.
I wanna be yours for sure. But you gotta let me know,
like he can sing,
what
bro.
you want, babe.
Yeah,
I'ma let you know how much I love you, and you know that I hate it when we fuss and fight and you just wanna go. This relationship, yeah. What is love when you don't let go of my past mistakes? You've been trying to forgive me, but you still don't trust me back. It's about time we stop playing games. It's only me, I see through your brown eyes. Sunshine through your window makes your skin glow. When I open my eyes, I'm waking up to an angel. Oh, you're so cute, yeah, you find it. Oh, you're so beautiful all the time, and I know it's true.
And he got too many hits and whatnot. But imagine him on Big Dizzy's, you know, record, like that right there, I think would be you know, fire or whatnot. Now, if you want a female artist, right? Again, you know, we go through the ones that we have. Key, and I gotta hit her up to see Let me see. What was the name of me and this one right here, right? So Key.
Oh yeah, ain't nobody that can come and take control of me and baby. Don't hesitate, it's me and baby. Yeah, hit the brakes. Yeah, know you do the same 'cause me and baby. Get up tight if they play on them. Get up tight if they play on them. Hey baby, I've been missing on you a lot lately, but you got that ooh la la that I like. Plus you say that I'm a D type. I put it on you whenever you come around. Cause when you see me do whatever makes me smile. Ooh, can't nobody do me like you do. Ooh, so hit me whenever you pull up. You bring the green, I got the cups, let me know what's up. Yeah, I know we've been grinding all day, so when we chill, it's a vibe, only we create. I know you saying that you wanna take it slow, but if you're saying otherwise, then let me know. Pull up, sure enough, get what you want. I got that real, do what they want, we gon' take it.
Anyways, big figure salute, man. You already know what it is. You said I do plan to record this. That's what's up. Song has potential. Would appreciate a better mix and more emotions, man. Like, listen, you know, he gets in there with that almost, you know, slow jam kind of, you know, material. But let me see what we got. Let me see. All right, we got, and thank y'all for y'all patience as we roll through. Let's see if we're still able to hop in. You said this one's coming out 9/11. Let's see what it is. 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 Vampire featuring. What is this? Spyro?
Psychologically make me happy. Keyboard tapping and search for what I think I need. Naive to what is happening. The fact is the apple was bit by Eve. What's ironic is that my Apple device listen to me. Guided influences thinking it's you who did. Aspiration bar hit the ceiling of YouTube kid. Radiation signal pass soon as you Bluetooth did. Mass devastation, but not cause a nuke hit. It's 2 scripts. Prophecy written are the ones we make. News clip, how many more jobs will the robots take? Ruthless, can't you tell by the man-made signs? 21 with no vision, but clearly the man ain't blind. So high on the fence, it's where I sit. Take the first letter of each one shot, I can't miss. Don't exist. At least after the 10th pitch, that's what I tell myself not to quit. It's a shame that we gotta play the game. It's like Russian roulette, wrong choice, blown brains. Put a strain on your goals and a chain on your soul. Certain things on this globe just out of your control.
Is it? In full or what?
Save me from this crazy unfazed, cause the one-eyed devil raised me. And the strange thing is that I like it. Drunk the poison like a Sprite, and now I'm more barbaric than Vikings. Plugged in minds got them wired to the feed. Scrolling through a life that they'll never really lead. Blue light dreams, dopamine in the dose. Lost in the stream, it's a digital hoax. Cold veins, input of code into our brains to never fully expand and use the knowledge gained. Synthetic heart sync through a binary beat. Metadata art generating fake Mona Lisas. Avatar smiles with similar facial features. Cramping our style by cramming digital teasers. It's sad when an ad ain't really positive teachers. When you call it out, you negative, a label that's evil. It's a shame that we gotta play the game. It's like Russian roulette, wrong choice, blown brains. Put a strain on your goals and a chain on your soul. Certain things on this globe just out of your control.
ain't time for echo. You know what I'm saying? Necessarily sound like it. But oh my gosh. All right, relax, guys. Bruh. There's a lot of energy in that song. It almost felt like an anti kind of AI record, you know what I'm saying, in a way. Where again, we're always having these conversations, you know, we just got out of it. I don't really want to get back into it, but you know, again, we favor, as cool as it is when we can hear or see AI do certain things, right? Like it can be used as a tool in many aspects and certain things, but the fact of the matter is it's almost too easy to let AI do many things for you, right? And so it always feels like this, like, you know, how much work did anyone, give or take, you know, allow an AI to do with whatever it is, right? You'd have less respect for a Kevin Smith, a Quentin Tarantino, a Steven Spielberg, if they basically, you know, used AI to help them write an entire, you know, script and things like that, right? You want the ideas and everything that they have, you know, to come from them. We've been a fan of, you know, even specifically when it comes to Quentin Tarantino and Kevin, right? They've always had great dialogue in a lot of their movies and scenes that where you pay attention to the dialogue, you know, as much as you would, you know, great lyrics from an artist. You know, who else was like that? What is his name? Dang, I forgot. There's one more director. Here, let me look up the name of the movie that I know from him real quick, because you guys, hold on. I'm thinking about one more that's really good with dialogue, and one movie proves that. Hold on. But who directed that? Why is it gonna have the information? Seriously, come on, man. I gotta jump through hoops just to find his name again. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Seriously? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Bro, you should have director first, then cast. Y'all doing all this extra stuff. Y'all gonna make me have to literally give me a second, man. You holding up my review, my brother. What? Hold on. Let me see. Wrote. Oh, right. Man, I forgot. Anyways, there's another. It's like hard to find. It's hard to find out, you know, who I'm talking about. But There's another one who is really good at dialogue, so much so they're able to do movies where like the movie is just them sitting talking for, you know, a good amount of time, and you listen to that conversation, you know, just go back and forth, and it's a very interesting conversation, and you're just, you know, engaged in it, and then by the end you're like, I can't believe I just sat there and watched a movie that was just basically an entire conversation, you know, but it was interesting as hell, whatnot, right? And it is good to be able to see the talent of real writers being able to do that, right? The same thing when it comes to like paintings or anything visual or audio wise, you know, we still want to hear human elements in things, and we want there to not be a crutch. In the same way where you're not going to be as impressed with that athlete if you find out that, you know, the reason why they were able to be so great is because they, you know, took a certain drug or something like that, right? Like, it throws everything out the door because, you know, you feel like they're basically fake, and they tricked you into liking, you know, what they you know did. And I feel like there's always a better way. All right, let's go ahead and jump back in. I mean, look, it was still a decent song in certain areas. At certain points it did feel like it was doing a little bit too much, but yeah, man. All right, Suave, we got you. Hold on. Bruh, what the freak? What happened? What did you do? I was like, what happened there? My bro.
It's there, fool. Shut up.
What did you get?
I got a Wingstop.
Wingstop? Yeah. Why are you getting Wingstop? They're not. How are they even open right now, man?
I don't know, but it was open.
I don't believe they're open.
Yeah.
You gotta be the last minute person who. Hey, man, what time y'all close? We
that was so funny though. I'm like, oh shit, and then take it from mine.
We close at 10. Let's see. It's 9:59. Can you let me get it though. You put on the beat, thinking it's cool, thinking, you know, I ain't, but it's fit and flow, thinking, but it's cool, thinking, I don't even know if I'm gonna get on this, freaking be fast, and I may be lyrical. Just kidding. There you go.
Spot me and blunt and I get to the bag. These hating ass niggas, they going outside. That's facts, pretend to be gangs, ain't tough in they tracks. You catch them in public, they try to take it back. Cause they be some bitches, they buyin' the sound. We up extensions and they can't be found. Made it this far from hustling when they wasn't round. Motherfucker, just look at me now, I'm setting the bar. You want war, then tell me, do you know what you bargaining for? At 15, I went and bought my Dukes a car. I'm flipping them burgers and lion breath carts. I'm flipping these packs, I'm serving these pills, it's modern day crack. I side with my brothers, I know that they got me, I missed to get back.
Made it this far, say thank you, oh Lord. Remember sipping lean in, popping 4 bars with a dollar in the dream in the yo going hard. Now I'm living, I'm a dream at a down hood star. Hey, how you doing? Feeling like I'm OC Chris. Used to be broke till I got fixed. Bitch, I'm been making guard, now I'm trying to get rich. They say, hey, how you do it? Then I almost broke my wrist. I ain't talking water whipping, it depends. I be pimping, gotta make a nigga feel it, and I do it for my chillins. Made it from the bottom, still aiming to the top, and I made it this far. Why the fuck would I stop? Came a long way from the skills and the Glock, have a go back, bro.
Always buy me a blunt and I get to the bag. These hating ass niggas, they going outside. That's facts, pretend to be gangs, ain't tough in they tracks. You catch them in public, they try to take it back. Cause they be some bitches, they buyin' the sound. We up extensions and they can't be found. Made it this far from hustling when they wasn't round. Motherfucker, just look at me now.
I ain't about to look at the backyard. There's a little time where people that figure out I wanna freaking whole track and they think that they can go act hard. I also wanna be saying freaking, you know what, one day in life I'm really gonna have a black card. Also freaking I don't know what the hell I wanna do, but you know what, I'm either on rap, y'all. Let me go try this. People like, okay, why are you hiding in the back of the thing? Cause I know that if baby time I go in my freaking mind, I'm right inside it. What the hell did I just say? I don't know. Trying to freaking flow to it. And people be like, nah, dog, you don't even rap, dog. Cause right about now, you were trying to flow stupid.
Always buy me a blunt and I get to the bag.
ass niggas, they going outside that's fast. Pretend to be gangsta and tough in they tracks. You catch them in public, they try to take it back. They be some bitches, they biting the sound. We are big stitches and they can't be found. Made it this far from hustling when they wasn't round. Motherfucker, just look at me now.
Made it this far, then I left. I let it take time when I don't even know what the hell I'm doing, but you know what, man, it's stress. People may they think that I'm the best every time, freaking I'm gonna rhyme. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm only the mind. I gotta do
How you doing? Feeling like I'm OC Chris. Used to be broke till I got fixed. Bitch, I'm being making.
Okay, so there are certain elements here and there that do need to be perfected in terms of, you know, the mix, timing, you know, cadence with certain things. I did feel like the chorus wanted to be more melodic, but you opted to just make it more monotone, which I don't necessarily ever really feel like is the right choice. Being monotone makes you just kind of more robotic, even whether or not you use, you know, auto-tune. And it's just like, again, it feels like someone just standing there staring at the camera. You know what I mean? But you got to think of your vocals as well as your rhyme patterns and how, you know, you rap on a record like a roller coaster, okay? Think of it as, you know, if you basically do the same one tone or melody or flow or anything like that through anything, it's the same thing as a roller coaster just going straight. And that's all it's doing. Or only doing this, right? But if you switch it up every 2 to 4 freaking bars, right, suddenly it's unpredictable. You know, you get to have fun with seeing the artist, you know, attack it or whatnot. It did seem like in that first verse, it did take you know, a little bit more you know, elements that allowed it to do some of that. And again, not melodically, but just, you know, with him, you know, rapping, you can hear more of the personality, which I, you know, appreciate. So not bad within that. Not bad within that. Not bad within that. All right, we got Private Press up next. You sent, what is this? Reverb. You sent a beat. And he said he sampled some cartoon-ish, man. Let me see. Let me pick a team. What's up? What up, 808? Okay, let me close some of these windows, man. I might have to restart my computer in a bit too, because a lot of things going slow, man. Listen, I probably need to upgrade some stuff or whatnot, man, because I wanted to be able to stream games on certain days, or at least after the main show. And it's been proven a little bit harder to do or whatnot, right? Because as soon as I bring in a game, the frames, you know, start dropping like crazy. Not necessarily for the stream, but for the game itself. And so as I'm playing it, it just keeps, you know, going slow, whatnot. And, you know, it may be certain games more than others, but like, I think it is important that I find a way to get in there, because I have certain games that I still want to play, but I didn't want to complete them without, you know, streaming it and having video to be able to post the content, and it sucks. I gotta see what's up.
I don't know what they done to me, but I remember it was horrible.
They gave you what?
LSD.
Not bad. So no doubt. Bam. Septic cartoonish. All of y'all freaking know that you don't do shit. Freaking you don't know if I'm gonna like rap to this beat at all. Like, do I like think that it's so stupid? And you also don't know what the hell. But freaking when it comes to life, it'll be hard. You go through shit. Everybody knows that. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, but like all about Tifa. So you're cheap, but yo, freaking, you know that I'ma tell you, freaking, like if I had to, how you sign something away, you would keep your soul. There's a lot of times you would eat and then keep the bowl. Take it home, freaking, you can wash it. There's a lot of times you can see a bug and then squash it. And a lot of times I always want to tell you that I also want to find a definition that everything but agnostic. I gotta make sure that also freaking all of the freaking people throughout freaking the world aren't toxic. You wanna go around and try to talk shit. All of y'all asking me not to not sit. Yo. About to steal a car and then take a van, man. You know what? I am Popeye, as a sailor man. Eating my spinach. A lot of times I always freaking try to go out and win shit. People don't know what they doing, but they can ask speaking about all the artists that have come sending music, and all of y'all know shit. Y'all don't even know what is happening, but in life you are never gonna spit. I'm always standing, dog, and I'm never gonna sit. But I also know that half of y'all are gonna send shit. Sometimes freaking they know that I have freaking had freaking everybody don't even think I'm a freaking dad. But there's a lot of y'all that are going across the street. 7.9 from Danny Ray. A lot of times I wanna tell you that I say a lot of things, a lot of video games I wanna play. Got some freaking free time. A lot of y'all are making another free time. Every time they go inside the thing, a lot of y'all know I try to win. Alright, I think this one is interesting. At times it does feel like a little bit much, but so it's like Janet Jackson to be a classic old J-Lo. What? I'm trying to think about what Janet Jackson would do to that. I mean, I know what you're talking, like there's certain sampled songs, you know, and I can't think of the exact ones like off top or what, but I know what you mean. This one specifically though, I was trying to think about like what they would do, you know, melodically on there. Does sound a little bit you know what I'm saying, different, not bad. The sample, even though it like feels like some cartoon shit, it also feels like something that could be Spanish as well. Like you put the right artist on there, like it holds its weight. Let me see. We'll plug Danny Ray in because we about to go. We about to go. You don't even know where you gonna go.
Wake up. Wake up, the motherfuckers out here tripping, acting fool, being stupid, so naive. Don't need to learn your lesson. Life is too little to live, to learn, to love, and to die. Come back, travel through time, you born on to shine. Y'all need to expand your mind. You're wasting your life, live in the moment. Let yourself come alive. Gotta wake you up, gotta wake you up. Gotta wake you up, gotta wake you up. Wake up, gotta wake your asses up.
Wake up, gotta wake your asses up. Where's the
wake up, gotta wake your asses up. Open your mind, you're fucking blind. Wake up, gotta wake your asses up. Open your mind, you're fucking blind. Wake up, gotta wake your asses up. Open your mind, you're fucking blind. Wake up, gotta wake your asses up. Open your mind, you're fucking blind. Yeah, you're all fucking blind. Yeah, you're all fucking blind. Yeah, you're all fucking blind. I can't see. Yeah, you're all fucking blind. No, I'm not. You're living aliens. You're one of a kind. You're born to shake shit.
Listen, you hear those sections right there? Like, perfect yourself, okay? Always make sure that you perfect your performance. Like the ad libs and doubles that you add, like you gotta fix them, right? What I do is like if I'm rapping and if I do my verse already and then I take a second track and then I go in to do like the ad libs, the ins and outs, any sound effects. If I did it too loud, if I messed up, if I am off beat and I'm not completely on, I will literally stop and then go back and then fix it. Whether I can move it over and it works, or if I have to actually re-perform it, I'm going to do that. You guys have to have that professionality as well, because sometimes, you know, we hear the mistakes and you double down on it. You still keep it loud, which is something that, again, you kind of don't want to do. Ad-libs should never be as loud as you have them, right? Because it's like having a hype man or woman on your record or in a live performance with you and them being right up on the freaking mic and shit like that. We know like they are second to you're first. And if you have you featuring you on the song, it would be very annoying for like you to like try to cut in and like, hey, I know I'm the artist. Like, no, you're the main artist. Any second sort of things, like cut them down a little bit. What was that whole section though? Hold on.
Yeah, you're all fucking blind. No, I'm not. You don't believe in the aliens. I wonder for kind. The bond is chasing. I don't hear my mind. I'm gifted. Open my third eye.
Yeah, see, like that makes me feel like it was more of a mistake. Like it was more of a mistake than you just like not hearing where you are on the beat, because it's too off. It's way too off. And so I'm assuming that's what happened. You know, it is something you got to pay attention to, you know, and I don't know your process right now, but I look forward to the future. What do you say? Z baby, what up, dog? You know what I'm saying? Say you're, and then what you say was the echo effect, you know, I flanged or something like that. I don't know what that.
I'm not. You don't believe in the aliens. I wonder for kind. The bond is chasing. I don't hear my mind.
No. That's not what it is. It is your ad lib. And it's like what you're supposed to say. I'm not talking about the effects even on the ad lib. It's the fact that where the timing is, right? You need to be rapping with yourself at the same exact time.
Oh, fucking blind. No, I'm not. You don't believe in the aliens. I wonder for kind. The bond is chasing. I don't hear my mind.
It's hard to listen to every time because it throws you off. Like we as the listeners, if we're the fan, right? If we like the thing, we're gonna want to rap with you. And like if you do that and your hype man does that, where everybody's gonna be off, right? So just fix that. That's all we're saying. Not bad. I think we're going. Oh my gosh. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is the 5th, and it will be Friday or whatnot. I'm gonna see if I can come back in the morning. I really want to try. We'll see what happens. If I get to sleep earlier tonight, I'll probably have enough energy to do a little bit of a morning stream for a bit, and then we'll come back. We'll come back later on in the evening as well or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But get y'all stuff in. Yeah, I feel it though. I tried. Man, listen, man. This is what I'm here for, right? If I'm in the studio with you, I literally, we do it over and over again until, things are done right or whatnot. As much as an artist will get taught, it's a job. It's a job, right? And you want to train yourself to be able to hear things in a certain way. You want to train yourself to do things properly, hopefully the first time. But to be able to hear where those mistakes are, you know, anytime you go in and, you know, maybe if you work with a different producer and artist or engineer or anything like that, you still want to be able to hear when you've messed up certain things or whatnot. Now again, we as the engineer, we can still go in and try to move things here and there to try to put the timing, you know, a little bit more on. But in some cases, you know, you want to have the confidence in knowing what you're saying and exactly where, so that timing issue doesn't happen and it's natural and it feels real, and then we get to see the artist work. We really get to see the artist, you know, work like that. But yeah, man, no doubt. Girls are fine. They're good. Thank you for asking. We trying. Shoot, I still need to get them on the song and stuff like that. But let me go ahead and start heading out. Once again, get your stuff in our thing and all that good stuff, man. Make sure you guys follow us on all platforms. Damn, this thing just runs slow. I can't hit no button no more, man. Can't hit no button without this thing going. I'ma take my time. I'ma dig my dime. What you gonna do? I'm about to dig my dime.
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is so